low 76. Sunny and hot Tuesday, high 102. For Redlands this morning, a clear sky, sunny today, high 102. The Desert City is clear this morning, sunny this afternoon, high 116. I'm meteorologist Jim Manali for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. We got a lot of things going on. Whatever you're doing, and well, I'll say this. Okay, it's beginning of the week. It's pretty obvious. And I had I don't even know if I want to say it. I don't think it listens. But anyway, I had a conversation yesterday. It was the weirdest one. And if anyone says something like this, I think you got to go, what are you thinking? I was wearing a mask, okay? Everybody knows I take care of my mother, right? So I went somewhere. I'm not going to say where we went, but we went somewhere with our mask, right? We're that person in the room. I know a lot of people don't wear masks. I get that. Again, it's optional. I get that. I also say always, it's not a guarantee. It's never been a guarantee, all right? But let's just go with something very simple. If you got the flu, would I want it? The answer, no. No, I wouldn't want it. If you got all the things that go with the flu, would I want it? No, I wouldn't want it. So would I wear a mask when I'm around you? The answer, obviously, right? But then you go, oh, you're a hypochondriac. Yeah, but you just admitted you're sick. I'll give you an example. I keep talking about it. I think I need to say this. I wish you would listen. When I babysat once, the kid was sick, all right? Had strep throat, all right? Asked me to babysit. I go, I got to work, but okay. And so I babysat, the parent had to go, to an event. And I said, okay, I'll go ahead and, but then at that point, and this is way before coronavirus, okay, way before any pandemic or whatever you want to call it. And so, right, okay, so if you understand that, then you understand, yeah, people wear a mask, it's optional. Yeah, obvious. The person said, my mother said, oh my God, so dumb. And I said, I'm telling you, people, they don't make sense. Said literally, you wear a mask because you're sick, in essence. And I'm like, huh? No, wearing a mask doesn't mean I'm sick. And then he said, I work for Kaiser. I said, well, if Kaiser's thinking that, they're going to be, right? What's going to happen there? So the point is this. The point is this. And I don't think people understand this. People are not making sense. And I tried to make sense to him, and then he got like I know what I'm talking about. I go, well, if you were in the hospital, and that's kind of what he mentioned. Well, I am Kaiser. I go, I think you work corporate. I don't think you work at the hospital, because even nurses and doctors, they don't have to be sick to wear a. Does that make sense, Jess?
Wearing a mask?
Well, no, not the mask part. If you wore a mask today, are you sick?
Not necessarily. A lot of people wear masks because of allergies. I have really bad allergies when it starts blowing, because then a bunch of dust and
Okay,
stuff.
perfect example.
Yeah.
Well, but then he would say, well, you're sick. But the point is this. The point is this. When you go, okay, people think coronavirus isn't around. I keep telling people, my sister, she just got sick with coronavirus. Then people go, oh, well, how's your sister? And then yesterday, talked to somebody else. At first, he was kind of like, whatever. And then he said, oh, yeah, I know somebody who has coronavirus right now. And I said, see, just because it's not being reported doesn't mean it's like, if people go, oh, yeah, when the pandemic happened. I go, oh, my God, we're still there. Just because World Health Organization said they lessened the alert doesn't mean it's gone. So if people say they have it, don't be surprised. I keep saying this. But if you have someone that says, oh, you wear a mask, therefore, I go, no, it's called, we've been wearing masks. We never used to wear masks. I get that. You don't want to wear a mask. Got that. But how do I know you're not sick? Now I want you to, I almost want to carry like a little test with me, because that person, like if he goes around thinking, oh, you wear a mask, therefore you're sick, you may get me sick. I go, well, how would you know when anybody has the flu? Would you, Jess? Ever?
I probably would not.
No, you wouldn't. So, and you'd probably be upset if I said, oh, I know I have the flu, but I come over there and I visit you and I stay there with you. And you go, are you sick? I go, yeah, I got the flu. It's horrible. Well, why are you here is what you want to say, right? You go, oh, great, I'm going to get sick. And then we go, okay, well, that's immunity. Eventually I'm going to get all right. Yeah. Not if you end up in the hospital. You said you have allergies, right, Jess? You can have other allergies. It's like, okay, peanut butter allergies, right? You don't wear a mask for that. But what if you were in a factory with peanut butter in the air? Would you want to wear a mask?
I would not even be anywhere near that place.
Bingo! You got it. I wouldn't want you got it. That's why I said no, no. If I were sick, you wouldn't want me here. You wouldn't want me home away from you. People, they don't make sense. So that's the warning. If you hear someone that kind of, I'm like, it didn't make sense. I'm so glad my mother was like, yeah, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. She'll probably go back at some point, but she's not going there right now. And I said, those are the people that if I were not alive to, make sense to you, you got to be careful. I got to take care of her. But sometimes they go, people are not very, there are some people I know habitually are sick. Habitually. And I go, why are you habitually sick? Now they get well. And I go, yay, good immunity. Maybe we need to test that. But at the end of the day, they get other people sick and then those people die. If you do the math, okay, give you an example. I can't believe I'm talking about this again. I have, there's a family that I know, okay? Someone habitually got sick. Now, unfortunately, the last time she got sick, she died 100%. Young, like in her 20s, okay? Young. But she would go out, have a party at the height of the pandemic, at the height. When everyone's like, no, it's not a thing. Bring it home, and everybody got sick. Now, some would say, oh, well, now they have immunity. How about let's focus on this? Somebody else died called, a family member. Yeah. The other one ended up in the hospital, still hasn't recovered 100%. You say allergies, Jess. She can barely walk without, breathing very heavy. All right. She used to be healthy before coronavirus. So there are long-term effects. So is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. Okay. So, and my mother, she's at risk, but I think about the people like you, Jess. You're very healthy, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, you're healthy. Jess is healthy. I would take a scan of him and be like, dude, I want your antibodies, right? Jess is healthy, right? Jess is healthy. There are some people that cannot risk that. I do not want a healthy person who gets sick around my mom because she's not as healthy as you. You know what I mean? Because she already has at-risk things, right? Oh, people are coming out on the news and they're saying, oh, now we know why they, died. I have questions on that, Constipation. That's in the news. Did you see that about Lisa Marie Presley, Jess?
Did they find a reason why she passed?
They're saying, I have a thought on that, though, because I saw her on the carpet before, and I don't know how constipation affects the brain. I think she had a problem in the brain already, right? But they're saying it was due to a surgery she had for her stomach. But I have a question on that. Because she said she had abdominal pain as well, right? So you go, well, is that the flu? I go, well, But now I guarantee somebody's going to say, oh, my God, I got the surgery. But I go, well, how does that affect? And they say, it's very rare. I go, yeah, it's rare. So I wonder if they did, here's what I put out there, okay? And I talked to a very, 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 very smart person. And he's a guy that actually goes, people are not doing the math. And I said, yeah, I get that. It's basically very simple. Just test for virus. Okay, that's it. Test the virus in the blood. It's still in the blood. And sometimes it replicates in the body. People forgot that. In certain areas, like the lungs, perfect example. It replicates in the lungs. If you have breathing problems after having coronavirus, but you got healed from it, meaning, weeks later, months later, and maybe a year or so later, you may still have the effects of that. So you're like, well, I never had effects until I had, yeah, that's related. So that'll come out because they're doing a lot of research and they'll be official. I cannot say his name because he doesn't want to be out there. But anyway, but that's what they're doing behind the scenes. But everything's about, if you do, look, we try not to talk about it because nobody wants to listen, but it's called The War, right? Oh my God. Did you see the news about that, Jess?
I try and stay away from the news on the weekend. Let's see. It has to do with Russia, so I'm assuming something bad happened.
Not bad. Not bad. But it's something that I alluded to. The guy, nobody knows the guy's name, right? But the other name sounds like a big group from the U.S. It really does, right? The Wagner Group, right? They keep saying that. But I go, forget Wagner. Just focus on the guy, all right? I say he's a family member, I guarantee it. There's some information about who he is. Anyway, there was news about his well, you shouldn't call it troops. The guys that went at Moscow, right? Russia, and killed. They did. People thought they just marched and went to Moscow and then, all of a sudden nothing. No, they killed. That'll come out. Anyway, they killed some troops of Russia, right? They went right to the heart, as they would say. Right to the heart, Moscow, right? Anyway, the guy, I think a week later, Belarus, when he went west, right? they said, "Oh, we don't know where he's at." Do you remember that, Jess?
I believe so.
Okay. So the latest, and you got to look at world news. Okay, I love. Shout out to them. I actually know someone who works there. Got to hit her up. BBC. Okay, I love BBC. Right. It's basically the other side of the world news, and they're very smart. You're like, wow, they do not talk about the stuff they do in America. Yeah, they're very smart. Anyway, and there's a reason, because it's like in their backyard, so anything can affect them, right? Anything at any time. So that's why you go, whoa, all right. If you travel over there at any time soon, you got to go, whoa, am I ready for that? I don't know. It depends. And I said, watch what happens with Russia. And I talk about it usually on the after show. I talk about a lot of stuff. But, and some stuff I don't want to talk on the radio because I go, oh, somebody's going to be upset at us. They're going to be mad because they say it doesn't happen that way. But thank God we're not in Russia. That's why I say, even though Jess has a beard, he is not Russian. Although he could play a Russian in a movie. Right, Jess?
Da. I love Mother Russia.
See? I love how he does that. I love that. Okay. So a lot of people love Russia. I'm not going to lie. I love, people from Russia. I know a lot of people from Russia, actually. Not as many as, people do, but, it's not like I live in Russia. But I know people from Russia. And I actually dated someone Russian. She was saying, I'm not Russian. I'm just, from the outskirts of Russia. So I say, yeah, well, all right, you're right. Anyway, and I've had people date people, that actually come here from the area, and they stay in the U.S., okay? They stay. And she said, wow, it's not just, Latinos or Mexicans, whatever you want to say. It's also, people from Russia or the other area of Russia come, they learn the language, and then you don't even know. So you have that, right? That's the thing. And sometimes, it's going to be a hot topic, whatever. I go, whatever, man. We live on a world. I hate boundaries. I do. I've always said that. I hate boundaries. I think, if you just let go of the boundaries and you just say, all right, but then people go, yeah, but what about money? I go, there's always money, man. There's always money. They just say there's a debt, but there's always a debt. Everybody has a debt. The moment you're born, you have a debt. You didn't even know that. You're like, why did I get born here? You know what I mean? You have a debt. Unless you're, big and rich. Now you got people talking about that. The SAG, right? Screen Actors Guild, right? What's the news about them, Jess?
Oh, yes. I believe this is the first time in over 60 years that both of these unions have been striking at the same time. So it's quite interesting to watch this, and I can guarantee you this is going to disrupt so much content. We're just going to have like a giant open window.
You almost had it. I think you wanted to say destroy. It's going to destroy, right? And I said this. They're not doing the math. They said this might be months. I'll say this. I don't know if it's true, and I hope they settle soon. Somebody said it may be up to a year before they actually settle. Here's the thing. The last time it happened, you're right, it was the Writers Guild, right? The Writers Guild, that's why all those shows you don't like, called reality shows, came out when the writer's strike was alive and well. Okay, all those reality shows. That's why there were so many. Then there was an influx. That's why, you got it, Jess? So those are going to come back, I guarantee it.
Don't say that. I hate reality.
I know you do.
I hate it.
I know you do. But all those shows you like to love, right, on Disney and all those, bye. Just like be glad they're coming. The ones that already were worked on, those ones can be released. But then there's going to be a huge nothing. There's going to be a huge nothing. Okay? Now, that's a problem. You go, well, that's just entertainment. Yeah. Okay, hold up. That's a problem. Okay? And that's a problem, honestly, for us here in LA. Here's why. There is so much money. Okay, we work in entertainment. Jess and I work in entertainment, okay? He doesn't want to admit it, but he does. You work in entertainment. You understand that, right, Jess?
Yes, I understand.
Now, here's the thing. Thank God we're not the union. I'm almost glad we're not the union. And I'm glad we don't have writers. I used to think maybe writers would make this show pretty interesting. But anyway, so we're not the union, okay? And now someone said, hey, I should go independent with indies. I go, yes, that's the difference. And I forgot to ask people and say to people, what's the difference between independent? They say not the big ones. Do you get it, Jess?
Independent films are not backed by giant studios, which I believe is okay, but even still, working while people are striking is kind of like a bad thing.
Not true. Here's the thing. No. If you work SAG, then they frown upon it. They frown upon it because you work SAG. SAG has benefits, and they mask together, say, hey, studios, but if you're an independent project and you hire SAG actors, then you have a problem. So you cannot do that. That's the problem. But if you do it independent and you invest yourself, it's called an independent for a reason. You're independent of SAG. So somebody said, we need to do SAG. I go, yes. That's the answer. That's the workaround. Now, a lot of people, and I said this to someone, they didn't understand this, but commercials sometimes are not SAG. And people do not make what they make with SAG. Now, do you want to be SAG? Yes, because you want to make the big bucks. People in the independent do not make big bucks. That's the problem. But if you want to get out there and you want opportunity, work a independent, get the footage, have somebody edit it for you or edit it yourself, and then send that to the big studio. And at some point, you'll get big. Okay? A lot of people start on independence. Independence, they are not bound by the rules of SAG. That's the workaround. Okay? So a lot of independents will come out. That's and especially if it's in another country. SAG, they think, all around the world. Not in every country. So that's the workaround. People go, wow, how dare you put that out there? Well, here's the thing. Are you going to pay their salary? Are you going to pay, because I guarantee they're going to collect unemployment. Think of all the people behind the scenes. I talk about people that okay? I know a lot of makeup artists that work for the industry. I know a lot of people that work in, effects. I know, that thing at the end, you may or may not know somebody that's related to that. Now, a lot of you go, I don't know anyone that works in the industry. Well, there you go. But here's the thing. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem not only for, okay, I'm going to take a break, but please support our advertisers. Radio, in some ways, can be impacted by this, but we'll talk about that. We'll be right back with more after this. Oh, my God.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, hdrinfo.com.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the #1 choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4LAW. That's 1-800-616-4LAW.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Yvette interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littlensons.com.
Everybody loves to hear what Grandpa has to say because Grandpa speaks with wisdom. Here on KMET, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Be sure to listen.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm going to say this really quick before I go into the obvious. And some of you are like, and thank you for weighing in. Some of you are weighing in and you're going, and I guarantee there are going to be people going, how dare you? And I go, yeah, but you didn't listen to the whole thing. Listen to the whole thing. Okay? Because sometimes we get broken up because of the, we have to, look, people go, okay, how do you work? I go, honestly, I work independent. I've always worked independent. I want to have a contract. I want to have a paid job. I do this, honestly, from the goodness of my heart. Okay? If you knew that, you'd be like, oh, I get it. Now, if you work for the union, you love the union. Why? Because they have protection and they have certain things that they say they guarantee, but I don't think they do. I don't think they do. And I think people need to ask that. Where's the money going? Where is it? Because they always say, well, and I go, somebody's investing it. And that's what they may do. And they go, but that is a union. That's the people's money. I go, no, you don't get it, man. And sometimes people, see, they get upset, so I can't even say that. But if you go, where do they invest the money? How do they make money on top of you, the person? They go, well, it's a shared thing. That's why we're a union. Yes, I get that. But the point is, all right, so I'm going to take a little break from that. I'm going to say this because I think I need to go south. But here's the thing, Jess. Okay, I have a question, Jess. If you were an actor, would you A, want to get paid, B, have certain protection, and C, not be taken advantage of?
Can I get all of the above?
Yes, that's everyone. Everyone in the union is about that. So that's what you need to remember. The union is supposed to protect. All right, protect. And people go, why protect an actor? Big deal. I go, no, you don't get it. Actors, including kid actors, okay, SAG actually enforces certain things. That's where they go, that's where we protect you. I go, yes, that's what a union is supposed to do. That's what protection is. I'll give you an example. Sometimes they used to work kids to death, and they wouldn't care about their education. They just go, okay, and you go, well, that's not all actors. True. That's true. That's not all actors. Go ahead, Jess. What are you thinking?
No, the moment you said about that, about children protection, I always go back to what's that little girl back in the black and white TV era, Shirley Temple?
Yeah, perfect example. Funny that you bring that up, right? So what do you want to say about that?
No, because I remember hearing stories on how like she would produce so many movies and they would like work her till she was just like almost tired, and just a lot of bad things about the production of a lot of her films.
Yeah, you got it. That's the answer. So, and Little Rascals was known for that, right? They came out about it later. They're like, we had no protection. So that is what union is about. Okay, that's what the SAG union is about. And they became recently with AFTRA. AFTRA at first was fighting it. A lot of people were like, we don't want to be that, right? But AFTRA is a whole other, which is actually impacts us in the radio biz. But that's where we're a little different. Okay. Now, we are a affiliate of ABC. That's what you need to know. We are affiliate. We're affiliate. We share their broadcast of news, okay? That's why it's there, right? But we have to put the KMET with it because we affiliate with them. Does that make sense? So that's why we say ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM, okay? We every top of the hour news, right? You may not hear it. We don't broadcast that, but it's news, right? Jess knows that. It's always at the beginning of the hour. That's why we're affiliated with them. Now, we could be affiliated with any other, but we choose ABC. Thank God, right? And I said this weeks ago, I said, well, we could become Fox for all I know. We had a discussion about that. I was there. Like in just a matter of seconds, we could have been Fox, okay? Jess would have been a Fox person or not. I don't really know. But the point is this. Would he be from corporate Fox? The answer, no. No, we are run differently. So no one can come at me or the station because the station is independent of any of corporate. You get that? So that's the answer. So you can be mad at ABC, but KMET can go wherever they want. So I hope they stay with ABC. That'd be great because I love ABC, right? And so we have but people go, oh, you know people at ABC? I go, no, I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I met them at an event, but technically we're affiliated with ABC. That's where people go, wait, are you ABC? I go, okay, let me just help you out. And this is why I need to almost put this there because people go, well, why are you working? I go, because we're independent. That's the answer. We're independent. And that actually helps us. It also hurts us. We don't have protection like the unions do, right? Now, I will say this. One time, I was presented with something. They said, well, why don't you do AFTRA? Because you would qualify. I go, good to know. but I would have to pay myself, right? I would have to pay myself as an independent producer. I'm an independent producer. Okay, I get asked, can you do the show? Yeah, absolutely. The person who did the show before this, independent. Okay, he brought me in. Almost wish he had it, because I do not get the pay of big guys, right? But I get out there. That's called opportunity. I was asked literally yesterday, how'd you get into it? I go, honestly, it found me. I didn't go for it. I went for voiceover. I wanted to do voiceover. And if I had done voiceover, well, that's the question. If I do it in an independent project, do I get paid? The answer, yes. But do I get paid long term? The answer, maybe. That depends on the agreement that I make with the person. Now, who can enforce that? Well, that's the question that a lot of people are probably going to ask pretty soon. Can a union enforce that? Well, they have certain things that they can. They can fine you. That's the answer. Okay? So if you have, let's say you're SAG, Jess, and I have a film, right, and you're SAG, and you say, I'm SAG. I go, got it. I probably will not hire you because I do not want to get fined. Does that make sense? Because I hired you without paying you. SAG. Does that make sense? They get a cut of your pay. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Got to pay the union.
Yeah, got to pay the union. That's why when you get in, you actually apply for it. It's called pay to play. That's what it's called. Nobody wants to say that, but that's what it is. Then they go, well, yeah, but now you're part of the union. Now you can get on big projects. Yes, okay. A lot of the actors that you see that are main, you're going to see a lot of actors you don't even know. People are going to come out of the woodwork. I'm union. But they haven't worked for like years, right? Union. But they may work because they have it open. They probably have a job or do something on the side, okay? But when they have a job, they don't get paid forever, so they're not a real employee, you would say. And I would say they're an employee for the time that they're on the project, but they're not an employee forever, all right? There's a lot of contract jobs, but a contract says, okay, if this does that, this will do that. I'll give you an example. Actors that are big, and the smart ones, my God, they become producer on the film they're on. You'll see at the beginning credits, producer with the main actor. Why? They don't want to pay them all the money up front. They say, look, when it gets, because there's a lot of money, right? You look at some big actors, right now they'll take a cut, thank God, but they can afford it. The little actors, as you would say, like, you know, some are character actors or other. I'll give you an example. Everybody loves, what's that actor? He's been in Batman. He's been on so many things. He's a good actor. He played Dracula. You know what I'm talking about, Jess?
Gary Oldman.
Thank you, Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman, right? Love the guy. He plays so many different characters. He will always have a job because, is he always the main guy? I'd say pretty close to the main guy. But any role, it's always different, right? Always different. I didn't see him as Gordon, but he has years to come down the line. Okay, because he has certain protection. It's called, you know, probably an agent that worked out a deal that gets him paid. But let's say a project gets out there. Okay, this is where streaming's involved. This is why people are really upset about this, but they haven't done the math. Streaming doesn't get as much. That's why the film industry didn't want to go streaming. They get more money at the theater when they used to go to the theater a lot, right? That's why they want to do big stuff, okay? Now, I'll give you an example. I had a person, he did a documentary. I said, how much did you make on that? He goes, not a lot. All right, it was a documentary channel, okay? He asked me, can you help out, you know, with some of the social that you do? I go, yeah, sure, because I have, you know, certain stuff that I do. Big deal. Everybody knows that now. Everybody's a social expert, right? But here's the thing. Okay, perfect example, social. You know social, right? A lot of people, you know, people don't know, but I actually help the station with their social media. They didn't have social media before me. I'm the one who brought social to them. I brought a lot of things to them because they were like, we don't need it. I go, you do need it. In order to survive, you need it. All right, now that's how we get the word out beyond radio. People used to turn on the channel, but I say, no, they're not going to do that. And they don't anymore because no one has antenna. I ask people, do you listen or do you have an antenna? They don't know what antenna is. When you turn on that little thing, when you go to AM, you know, hopefully you go all the way to the right. We're all the way to the right. The only way we get out there, honestly, is, I would say, to the person that knows that channel is there or punches it in. Hopefully we have good programming that they want to listen to that. But, and that's the answer, okay? So the station is very, very, they don't approve everyone, but there is called paid programming. Every station that is local has paid programming, right? And if you don't know that, that's how it works. Okay, perfect example. On Sundays, when you turn on, if you remember that, going back to TV, when you go to Sundays, what would you see in the mornings, Jess? Would it be like your favorite show?
Sunday mornings back in the days?
Yeah.
No, you already know what it is.
Church shows, right? Church shows. I want to see Mike. Aww. They say that's the slowest day of the week. I go, not really. People are waking up. You know, it may not be, you know, where everybody's, but they are home, so I don't get that. Anyway, but church shows flooded Sundays. Why? Because it was called paid time slot. Okay, paid time slot. When you understand that, you go, whoa, churches have a lot of money. Yes, they have a lot of money. Okay, a lot of networks would not even run that. Well, and that's the thing. Networks are different than local station. Your local station, support them. Okay, support them. They're the little guy. All right, we're the little guy in the area, right, of, you know, San Bernardino, Riverside, Palm Springs. All right, sometimes we're heard in certain parts of OC depending on the weather. But, you know, okay, so the corporate is the one that technically has the money. Corporate, and they're smart. They thought about it way ahead of time. They go, okay, how do we make money on that, and that? Oh, that's right. That's right. We do it all. Okay. Now, a lot of big corporations are going to be, you know, kind of held to this because they're saying, well, we pay all the time. What are you doing? And that's where SAG goes, well, you know, we just want more money. At the end, that's what they're going to say. So there's this back and forth, back and forth. You go, okay, then give them money, right? It's called inflation. It is hard and difficult. And then you have that other little thing that people go, wait, what is that? Called, well, a lot of things. You're hearing a lot of things. But now they're saying, well, you know, it's AI, it's the streaming industry, which you go, wait a minute, what do you watch the majority of? Now, Jess, I know you, along with other people, do not watch TV anymore, right? Do you watch TV?
No, I have not watched regular cable TV or any kind of channel TV in nearly 5 years.
You got it, okay? But do you watch things on your TV called streaming?
Yes, I have 2 streaming services that I watch.
So it has internet, right? It has internet. It's easy now to connect a television to the internet. It used to not be a thing, kids. Yeah, seriously. Okay, so that's the answer, okay? When you connect to the internet, you have streaming. Well, that's the thing. Streaming does not pay as much as the big guys do when it came to television. There was a lot of money in television, but it was called, I would say, ambiguous, because they say, well, this is how many people are watching. Yeah, probably. We have Nielsen ratings. Those are going away. Arbitron. People ask about that. I go, you don't understand, man. It's all going away. Because here's the thing. The good thing about streaming is they know exactly, usually, unless you inflate the numbers, usually how many people watch any given episode, okay? It's called, okay, like Facebook. It says how many people, you know, watch. Now, the analytics say, well, they watch only for a few seconds versus a whole hour. Okay, and it's called data streaming, okay? Data is, they go, oh, it's free. It's not free. Data, right, every single second is accounted for with whoever's streaming that. Therefore, they used to call it bandwidth. How much bandwidth do you have, okay? Streaming every minute, okay, and that's where YouTubers, they get that. They go, yeah, I get paid on what's called watch time. If a person watches a full hour from the beginning to the end, then that's called yay, right? YouTube loves that. But if you only have somebody watch and then click off, it's called, well, you have a view, but you don't have a lot of, like, all the way through. Does that make sense? So that's the problem. Now, here's the thing. If you like a show, maybe on, what's a good service that you love? Like Disney?
Basically, it depends on what I feel like watching.
Okay.
Like, if I feel like, you know, Disney shows or something like that, I would get, like, either Disney or Hulu.
Okay, that makes sense. And I've gotten Disney and I've canceled it, but I want to get it back at certain times when they have it. Now, here's the thing. That money, how is it apportioned? Where does it go? That's where they haven't done the math. Disney, for example, they're the big guy in the room, right? Affiliate with ABC. We're affiliated with ABC. We don't have the protection of Disney stuff. We don't have passes all the time. Where did that go? We used to have that. We had a hookup. That's what it was. Anyway, so here's the thing, okay? Disney, I always say love Disney, and I do. But here's the thing. I can say this because I'm not going to get attacked because, you know, ABC, affiliate with Disney. People don't know that. They need to know. Disney owns a lot of stuff out there, okay? They buy it. They buy it, okay? And they have agreements. They've done this for a long time. Thank God for Walt. He was smart. Who knew a little guy who did a little animation could have a huge empire, right? That would go big. Now they're attacking Diz, but I say don't attack Diz, understand Diz, and then if you're independent, do it like Diz did. Okay, I have a book about it, actually. It's odd that it's there. But anyway, this is before the strike, just so you know, so it's not, sell the book, but it's there. We talk about Walt Disney, think like, because people, they're calling corporate. I go, well, you're upset that they make a lot of money. If you could make a lot of money, would you? And that's the thing that you got to understand about actors and why they're upset. If you understand why they're upset, it's because they don't have the money you think they have. The ones that have the money are the big guys, okay? The big guys, usually Oscar people. If you are Oscar, right? And then sometimes they say, well, no, not true. Some actors, right, end up really like poor in the end. Maybe a bad deal was made or they didn't run their money right. But those that do are smart. I'll give you an example. Okay, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, perfect example. Rich, beyond compare, right? Rich, obviously a lot of film. But could they be poor at any given minute? Technically, yes. Yes, because they got to pay the manager. They got to pay the agent or agents. Some are getting more agents than normal. But all those people are out of a job right now. Agents are not making money. Managers are not making money. Producers are making money if they're independent, but they're not making money if they're SAG, because there's the Producers Guild of America. They said, we support this. But I guarantee they're going to work on some independence because they want to get paid. They want to get paid. They need to get paid. They have families and they have a lifestyle that they need to keep alive. Now, the smart ones keep a lifestyle under what they get paid, right? Like you, Jess, you don't go on and the moment you have like, maybe, I don't know, a big payday come, you don't go and buy a huge, what's your favorite car?
If I could have my dream car, it would be a 1967 Chevy Impala.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool. All right, that's you're the guy. Huh?
It's oddly specific, huh? or I would get the Mystery Machine.
Oh, the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine.
Yes.
Okay. Is there another Mystery Machine I don't know about?
No, I was just surprised that you knew it.
Yeah, I do, because I took a picture with one. So I love it. The car show, shout out to, we got to have Garage Latino. He keeps calling me. I'm like, dude, I'm busy. Anyway, I got to get him on the show. He talks a lot about, auto. But anyway, okay. So give you an example. He actually knows, okay? And he could do anything around the world because he speaks Spanish. I do not speak Spanish, but I'm trying to learn it. Okay, that's the thing about certain shows and certain channels, okay? Give you an example. Univision. Are they SAG? Are they AFTRA? Because they have radio divisions, by the way. The answer, ask them. They get a lot of content from areas like Mexico and from Latin America, South America, other areas like, whatever is, right? That's why a lot of those shows you go, why do they look that way? Because they're independent. They just want distribution to the U.S. So they say, awesome. Some people like them. Some people don't. They do not. But here's the thing. Okay, and I know people who have worked with, certain media outlets and they get canned right away. They don't have money. You get money when you work, but you got to promote. That's why I say to actors, dude, you're basically an independent contractor the whole time. Independent employee is what you are, 100%. Now, there's a problem with that because you don't have regular pay as people that usually do. That's called a corporation. Now, if you work for Disney corporate, do you have regular pay, Jess?
I want to say no.
Wrong. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. If you work for corporate, a corporate job is what you have. All right. Corporate. I'll give you an example. Okay. I did a project for Fox. Okay. I was asked to do, and people go, what? Fox? No, you don't get it. I was asked to operate a camera that I have. Thank God for a producer that actually donated to the show. Thank you. So he said, hey, just do what you want with it, because he really liked the show. He used to watch it. I was like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So here's the thing. All right. And he loved what we were doing. But he produces himself, independence. Okay. Got to give him a call. He's going, yeah, I don't have anything to do. Like, seriously, what's going to happen there? Right. So here's the thing. Right. Here's the thing. And I'm going to say this right now. There are a lot of people that love 100% good stuff, but they got to love great stuff, right? Here's the thing. I think, Jess, if anything, there's a lot of people going to say, in essence, they're going to hate it. They're going to hate it because they're going, where do I make my money? Where do they make their money? Honestly, wherever they can. All right. Now, here's a good thing. And if they call it out, they say, I want to know, based on the agreement that we had or that we made, royalties. It's the royalties. Do they want to increase that? Because it's really in the agreements. Now, every single actor can negotiate. Okay, the only ones that really cannot are background actors. Background actors are given exactly what you have, and it's not a lot. You go, ooh, fun to be on a show. It is. It is. I used to do that when I was young. I got brought in from somebody who knew. You go, you apply $20. That's what it was at the time. It's called an application fee. They take a headshot, they put you in the computer, then you call every single day. You say, okay, you know, and they have a recording. We're looking for this, we're looking for that. If they said, hey, we're looking for someone who looks like, you know, like you, Jess, I said you could pass us a lot of things, honestly. We need, you know, but you would have to go drive there on your own dime, and then you get paid from them, but they're union. Okay, they're union. Background actors get paid union. Now, there's a lot of other ones that work non-union jobs. So I've been on Power Rangers. I've been on Beverly Hills 90210. I've been on those as a background actor. You don't get paid residuals. You just get paid for the day. It's called a day rate. That's where unions help you out. Okay, and they help productions. But it's expensive. That's why I go, you got to have a lot of money to do, you know, a big, you know. That's why our scripts are more independent. But could they be big? Yes. But you got to make them for independent because you do not have the dollars for. Does that make sense, Jess?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, so that's the problem. The problem is a lot of people are going to say, no, we lump it all. No, you don't lump it all together, okay? Do not lump it all together. It's very simple. Keep it separate. Independent, and if you understand independent, you understand independent filmmakers. That's why they go, please watch. The reason they say that is because they're not promoted by the big guys who have big marketing dollars, but they reinvest that money. That's why they go, oh, that was, you know, but they say they apportion it over several different, you know, films, because not every film is a box office smash, but it's called, did it break even? That's why you go, well, what was the box office coming in? That's why they love aftermarket or call pay-per-view or streaming, you know, Vudu, all those channels where you go, I rent for $3.99, you know, $3.99. Well, who gets that money of the $3.99? Honestly, if you break it up, it depends. It depends. The actor last. $3.99 on one person. But you go, well, they make it at the show, at the theater. Yes, but it's a portion that way. Over all the people around the world, you get it? So box office ticket sales are easily calculated. They're easily calculated. TV, not so much, but they blanket that. Well, we have this amount, and then they get the money from the advertisers. That's why you have to see advertisements, because unless you pay for it, you know, I'll give you an example. Okay, and I said this. There are seasons that I want to watch of certain shows, but they're expensive. In order to, like, have you seen that? I don't know if you see it, Jess, but unless it's playing somewhere with ads, like, it's expensive. In order to see a season of, what's your favorite show right now?
The one show that I've seen multiple times would be Supernatural.
Okay. I thought you were going to say like Game of Thrones. So let's say, you know, because Supernatural's playing all over, right? They made a lot of seasons. But the actors, depending on how they worked it out, may make residuals or not. Some of the special actors that are making guest appearance, they don't make residuals. It's called a, you know, little not a lot, right? Or maybe they do make residuals. That's called commercials. But a commercial doesn't always run. So you make it for a little, not a lot. So you may make it really big at the beginning, but you got to keep promoting. You got to be on the next job. That's where actors say, yeah, you get us. Actors, you go, yeah, but you don't work like big stuff like space and technology. And I go, yeah, but, I mean, do you want to be entertained? You know, it's like Gladiator, right? I guarantee he's going to be the next one talking, right? Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe gets it. Any actor who's ever been, they would say, and we've had actors on the show that go, dude, I barely made it, and then it hit, but now they're still struggling because guess what? They cannot get a job. They cannot get a job because every single, and that's where some say, I don't know that I'm happy with union being on strike for a year. Now, anytime you go on strike for days, that's different. Anytime you go on strike for maybe a month, that's also a little different. You go, okay, that's worth it. We want our pay as a collective union, right? But here's the answer, okay? If it goes a year, the whole industry is going to change. And somebody said that on their social media. They said, well, then why don't we just make it equal? Independence, boom. Because independence, but that's the problem. The reason no one wants to work independence long-term is because they do not pay you. Well, it depends on the agreement. But there's no way of really, you know, because, okay, the good thing about union is they can track that. Right? They could track that. And you say, okay, what are the total number of views? How much do we get paid on that? But you got to remember your agreement. Your original agreement will say whether or not. So some go, oh, I need a different agent. I need a different manager. Yes. You know, a lot of people don't have agent or manager. They have someone that calls them and says, hey, go for that audition. That's usually called an agent. But, that's the answer. Or they're the middle guy between you and other films, okay? You may be part of, they're going to be coming up pretty soon, but they may even close doors at some point. There are certain agencies that you want to be a part of because those agencies have the hookup. All right, they have the talks behind the scenes, but they're making money. Willie Morrison, perfect example. They're one of them. Willie Morrison, you get in with Willie Morrison, boy, oh boy. Guess what? You work with every actor that's with Willie Morrison. They package deals, okay? So they work with filmmakers, they work with, the big guys, and then those are the big movies that you see. But how many big movies have you seen recently, Jess?
Right now, not many.
Exactly. It's dry. Why? Coronavirus hit it, okay? Now you got this. So here's what I say. Here's the answer, okay? If they go 1 month, all right, good. If they go past 1 month, that's bad. That's bad. You guys just accept. That way we go back to work. Everybody understands. But see, I want to be part of that because I'm not union. I could be, but I have to pay myself and then pay the union in order to get paid because I'm not under contract or not under agreement. That's where the station goes, yeah, you're never going to be under contract because we don't want to pay. We don't got the money because they don't. They don't have the money. They really don't. If they were national, they would have the money, but they're local. Local does not make what national dollars are in national ways. So that's why I say you gotta be, So that's why some people, you don't even understand, they give away their content with certain ads called sponsors. So they say, get a sponsor, you'll be fine. I say, well, you got to have an army to do that of salespeople that say, hey, by the way, because you go to people, you go, I need money. They go, why do you need money? You're working for a station. You don't get it. I'm independent. I don't get corporate dollars from ABC. I always have to say that. Recently, I went to a studio and I said, look, don't charge me what you would the corporate dollars because I don't have corporate dollars. If you look at musicians, we had a musician on Friday. She works independent. She said it's a lot of money. You know why? She invests her own money. She's not paid by a label. Right now, I don't think she wants to be, with a label. I think, I say be with a label, but do your own thing because labels will, promote you. But they make a lot of money of you. But then you go, but I make more money than I do independent. Yes, and it's less work, technically. You show up, you do your thing. They say, look, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this. Watch the movie. I love the movie. What's it called? With, what's her name? Oh, my God. Liv Tyler. Okay? That Thing You Do. Great movie. In there, he has them sign an agreement. They go from little to big overnight. Okay? But it's a story about the industry. If you watch that, you'll understand everything. They go big, but then they have to basically go a minimum. He goes, okay, we have this amount of albums that we need to do from your band. He goes, okay, but the band breaks up. They don't get it. The drummer, is the smart one. The other ones are very ego, okay? They're ego. Liv Tyler's boyfriend, at the end you go, I hate him. How dare he take advantage of Liv? But that's the answer, okay? People become really big, they think overnight, they go buy the big car, and that's because they hit it big. But they forget about the agreement. So he says, Tom Hanks plays the guy, he says, you're in breach of contract. All right, what does that mean? Is what the drummer says, because he's the only one there. The other ones are like out partying. They're all about, I'm big, you're not, whatever. Maybe they have someone in their ear. I'm going to go that way, right? There's a great show, Straight Outta Compton. Same thing. The industry can get into the band, and the band can all go south at some point, okay? So that's the problem. But people don't understand how it works. If you're part of the band at the time, you get the money based on the agreement. But if you're in breach of contract, then that's what's going to happen. I almost guarantee it. When they look at the agreements, if someone is smart enough to do it, and they have enough time to do it, when they look at agreements, they're going to say, wait a minute, what does the agreement say? That's the revision of the future that they say, we want protection from that, and that. They've been signing away their life when it comes to likeness, and I've seen it. You do not own your likeness. We do. Okay, Barbie, perfect example. Okay, Barbie is a Hasbro thing, right? All over, right? All over. Now the actors are playing a role. Do they own Barbie, Jess?
No, they do not.
Now, if they go out and they promote Barbie without Barbie kind of signing off on it, could they be sued for, in a way, kind of, owning Barbie because they've been Barbie on the movie? Or the show?
I want to say yes.
Yes. Hasbro could say, no. We're not in control of that. No. They could try to sell their own line of Barbie, but they have to get approval by Hasbro, who owns the property. Therefore, love or hate Barbie, the actors are there for a little, not a lot. But if all of a sudden they make a bunch of Barbies of her, will they make money on her likeness? The answer, well, hopefully they have an agreement. That's called usually an agent. That makes sense. And he goes, everything that you do that is based on her popularity or based on her that has her face on it, that she should get credit for, right? Because he wants to get paid. That's a smart agent, actually. You want the kind of agent. Entourage, great show. I've never seen all the way through, but I hear it's a great show. Ballers, another great show. With what's his name? Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right? HBO. Go watch that. You'll make sense of it. It's very interesting. That's what's happening behind the scenes. But what's happening right now is what you're seeing. Every single person is saying, yeah, but why are we interested? They're just actors. I go, well, here's the thing. It's a whole industry that's going to hurt all of, honestly, any area that depends on the entertainment industry. And LA depends on a lot of industry. Hollywood is here. Hollywood, you go, that's just a little area. A lot of people in the LA area are actually freelance artists, graphic artists, artists of everything. So I do a lot. The reason I'm talking about this is I'm promoting a lot of stuff because we're independent. I can do that. You go, well, you're not paying, the big dollar. No, I'm not. I don't have big dollars behind me. I have to get, honestly, a corporation to say, okay, and then, but Disney did it from the beginning. That's why I say go follow Disney. Walt Disney, maybe not the corporation that became, but Walt Disney started from the ground up. He paid out of his pocket, and he was poor a lot, and a lot of people took advantage of him, and they took his property, and they made it theirs. Go watch that. I forget the movie, but it's you can actually get it on Amazon. It's about his life. They took, honestly, one of his creations which was before Mouse. Mouse, as they say, saved the industry, really. But and I think that's what you're going to see. Disney's going to say, no, we get it. They need to get paid. But Disney gets paid from everything. So I say support, whether you like it or hate it. Disney puts a lot of stuff out there, including Marvel. But do they own, who owns Marvel now? I'd say Disney does. But anyway, there you go. That's the answer. Okay, so I know we're out of time, but I needed to say that because some people, and I know it's going to come out. They haven't said it, thank God. But when I promote stuff, I have a lot of little properties that I'm, saying, what do you think? But they're coming out. And somebody's going to say, I almost guarantee, I'm going to say, go watch that show. Then you'll understand. We are independent. Therefore, we are not, so we're investing our own dollars, our own time, our own energy. They are not corporate. KMET is independent. They're local. So that's what you need to understand. Anyway, that's the story. Stick to it. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye-bye, everyone. All right, and for the rest of you, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you in so many ways. I was going to go on another story. It was an interesting story, but I didn't. Anyway, I want to do some shout-outs. Stephanie, thank you for tuning in. Stephanie says something very important. She says, I know I'm glad that I'm not in that union. I'm considered to work freelance and independent editor. Yes, but if you worked in that union, you honestly wouldn't be working right now for any job because they're all closing down. They cannot work. That's the thing about unions. So that's where people go, well, but again, people go, well, for a little, yeah, that makes sense. And I would probably ask that, and people would be upset that I asked that. I'd say, okay, how long are you willing to be on strike? Ask that, because the last time, that's why I was like, whoa, they said it on a news show. They said it could go on for months. It won't go on for months. Now, anybody, I'll give you an example. Okay, Steph, she listens to the show regularly. Thank God. She's an editor, okay? She says a freelance editor. She is. She gets paid per project, okay? That's what you need to know. Every person that gets paid per project, you want that out there. That way they go, oh, I get it, right? Project, right? Some call it, contract work. I call it project. Each project you need help for. I can, help you, but I need to get paid on that. All right? A lot of people, I've literally been... someone literally came up to me and said, somebody else was like, dude, we need a host. I said, awesome. I've done a lot of stuff for free. And if you're a nonprofit, I will support, because that's where my heart is, right? That's called my donation, right? But it's of time and of energy. A lot of people go, how did they get that person? Probably because they know a connection, but they usually don't pay that guy, right? Now, if it's for like something else, that depends. You want opportunity, right? That's the thing. If you're in LA new, you want opportunity. But a lot of people that you see that are doing, like, I'll give you an example. There's somebody that I know, and shout out. I'm not going to call her out because she goes, I don't want that out there. But and a lot of people hide. I say, don't hide, because this is the time you want it out there. In a way, she would want to be union if she could be, and she'll probably figure it out. But she produced her own stuff eventually, all right? She had opportunity handed her that probably she wouldn't have had otherwise, because she works hard, okay? I know a lot of people that are technically union that technically have done both. They start that way, all right? And so you can always be I'll give you an example. Okay, as an editor, right? I've met editors. One time, I was at a point where I wanted our show really big, and it was when I was with someone else actually before I had a daily show. But I was like, okay, how do we make it big? So I approached people that were out of work because they were canning editors from big corporations. Oh my God, he needed a job. Well, his day rate was $300, and I'm like, $300, okay, all right, I could probably do that. But not for what he does. More like he was doing the digital content. You go, well, that's good. No, not good. Here's why. Okay, he works usually for corporate. Corporate pays hour. You go in, you do your job, you come out. You get paid for the time. That's a union. If you're an employee, okay. Now, back to something I said earlier. I've worked for Fox as, a favor for someone who said, hey, we need a camera person. Do you have a camera? Yes, I have a camera. I was happy about that because I was able to go on the lot. And I was like, it was amazing. I had never been on Fox Studio Live. You ever get to do that? Like, now I've been on there since, and technically before now I think about it. But wait, was that before or was it after? I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I went there, but I've been there for the Producers Guild of America, right? I'm not part of the Producers Guild of America, but I did buy a hat. So sometimes you see me with it going, I support Producers Guild of America, but you got to pay to play. Okay, always you got to pay to play. So but that's when you have money. And a lot of people pay to play. A lot of people just pay for the event to go there and then network with other people because technically they're all independent. Now, and that's why the difference between, and by the way, a lot of studios, you go, well, where are they going to make money, right? But you go, why am I talking about actors when in reality, I have a job? Good. Keep with that job. But and here's the thing. If you were an actor, you'd be right now going, how do I collect unemployment? A lot of actors you don't even know collect unemployment if they have, and that's the question of the day. Okay, so a lot of people go, they get very like, I'm not about that anymore, right? Because they go, well, if we have to pay for it, well, yeah, everybody's going to pay for it. Okay, because you don't understand how many other industries depend on box office numbers. Okay, you don't know the math. You haven't done the math. Here's why. The things that you didn't even think depend on that, okay? This is why certain states, even certain countries, will say, we give you money to do your show here, okay? We'll give you a certain amount of money because you're going to spend money here, right? That's a little caveat. Bring your production here, bring your people here, have them work here, because then it helps the area. When New Orleans had hit like bottom, a lot of places are that right now, and insurance companies are not paying. But when the rebound was honestly, bring productions here, will help you with your production. Meaning, our local people, you hire some of them on, all right, you don't have to hire all of them, but a certain amount, and then we as a state will reimburse you a certain percentage of, but you have to apply for it, okay? And there's only so many dollars to put into that because they know it funds a area. So if you're an area that's really poor, give you an example, Detroit, Michigan, if they said, you know what, we're going to invest in ourselves because we're making money, and people don't understand that, but it's very simple, okay? If you had a shop, all right, in like Michigan, right, in an area that got hit really bad, right, you have a shop, right, if it's empty, you're not making money. Right? Now you go, well, I don't have a shop. I get that, got that. But let's just say you're a person that lives there. They go, well, I don't live there. I got that. All right. But at some point, you say, okay, and that's where people go, well, people do have money. Yes. States and government have money. They always have money. All right. It's called, easy. But they hold back. That's where usually or city municipalities actually pay themselves, with local money, if that makes sense. That's why they have taxes. That's why when you go to an area across the street, you pay taxes there, right? That funds the city or the municipality, whatever you want to call it. And then the area around you, maybe it's not municipality, maybe that's more like something, or whatever. The point is this. You pay, okay, give an example. In the area, they went as high as 10%, all right? And if you go, what's that? I go, okay, it was Home Depot, all right? You go to Home Depot in one city, it's 7%, all right? 7%. 8% was kind of the, norm. But in this one area, and I remember I was like, my God, that's high. 10%, okay? That is the difference. If you spend $100 from $7 to $10, well, that's not a lot. It is. When you spend, even more than that, then there you go. All right. But times that by all the people that are in the area, well, that's how a city makes money. Now, the question is, do they invest that? And that was smart. I met the person. He became a senator. And he said, yeah, I was the one responsible for that. I'm like, all right, well, that makes sense. But he said to the city, in essence, spend that money back and develop that city. So they have a lot of projects that they develop in the area. So it really looks really good. But Home Depot said, no way. Because Home Depot could not make money because people were going across the street to a other city where they'd have to pay 10%. It adds up. All right, you think, well, 3%. It does. It does when you're spending lots of money, right? Let's say you want something for your house, right? But it's not a little thing like a little wrench. It's like a whole, I don't know how that worked, but, whatever. The point is this, okay? Okay, perfect example. I used to actually be the guy who would come to your home and be like, hey, do you want a kitchen? They go, yes. Okay, now a kitchen can range, honestly, as little as like $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000, maybe. A cabinet, what they would call reface a cabinet, meaning you basically just put something on it and then it looks new, which is actually cheaper than a whole new cabinet unless you go real cheap, right? But I say go cheap because, man, you don't want expensive right now. Okay, but let's say a person average anywhere from maybe 3 to we'll say 3 to the high ones would maybe be like 18, 20,000. You go, well, who has the math for that, right? Who has the money for that? The answer is a lot of people that have a check coming called they refi. Okay, they go, yeah, I have money for that. Boom, put that in. There you go. All right, people right now are not spending the money that they used to have unless they have money. Okay, so that's the thing. So you go, well, okay, I get that. But here's the thing, all right, and people are not doing the math, and it's very simple. Would you rather spend $3,000 for a new kitchen or, as high as $30,000? It's obvious. I'd rather pay $3,000, right? Not if you're, not if you're like, or you got somebody who goes, no, I want a new kitchen the whole way through. Now, $30,000 will get you a brand new kitchen all the way through, but it takes months. So you go, okay, I don't want to go to Home Depot. I want to go to an independent contractor. Yes, independent contractor will take care of you. I would just have him sign on, get it done sooner than later because they take a lot of time, right? Because they I don't know why they're so lazy. My God. Anyway, so that's the point. Okay, have they do it even if they get a little bonus for completing early, because usually you'll be out. People go, no, you don't. Your family will be like, when is it going to get done, right? Because they take everything out, everything, including the plumbing. Keep the plumbing there. Work with what you have. But if you do a whole new remodel, that's expensive. If you don't live there, that's easy. But I say live there. That way you can monitor the guys because they just goof off the whole time. They work in the morning, then they have lunch, maybe a little, then they go home. I saw it. I was like, this is why things are not getting done. In some areas, they're done. The person moves on to the next project. That's how you make money, okay? Don't be lazy. But usually it's the guys they hire that are lazy. That's why you go, yep, that guy. All right, but the guy that's doing all these projects, he doesn't visit every single job. But you go, can you visit this one? Go, seriously, I mean, look at that, And then you want to make sure that they're insured. Well, they got to, who pays for that? So they got to be, bonded. I saw a video where literally it came down on the little kids, right? Did you see that? Oh, so my goodness. Whoever set up that camera, the little kid did. Oh, so cute. If you see that, you'll see it come from the ceiling down, and you're like, but that's a new room, right? That's so do you sue someone? Do you say, hey, can you repair it? Well, that's the thing. All that dust and all that stuff gets in your kids' lungs. That's a problem, right? Asbestos could be there. It could be an old home rehab to new. Well, drywall, you would say the drywall cracked. How did the drywall crack? It doesn't matter, but it does. Some would say. I say it doesn't. When you're bonded, everything goes under the person that did the construction. If you could find them. If they're out of a job, then forget it, right? They just rebrand themselves or you can't find them, right? It's called bonded. So you want bonding insurance 100%. Make sure it covers that. And then, and then the insurance takes care of it. If they take care of that, because right now they're not paying. So why are they not paying? You should ask that. Why are insurance companies who are really big not paying right now? Why are they denying in certain areas? Yeah. Okay, I'll give you an example. And I saw this. I don't know if it's still here. This is a top headline. Yeah, let me click it before it disappears. Yep. Scientists sound alarm over unheard of conditions off the coast of England. All right. So you say, big deal. It's England. Who cares? No. Here's what they're saying. They're worried that prolonged ocean heat up of basically the coast And this is happening in a lot of areas. We talked about this. If you follow the show, okay, like I know Steph, she follows the show. A big shout out to you guys, by the way. Patricia, very smart. Thank you. She said a mask is one of the layers of protection. A mask helps prevent spread of illness. People are still dying of COVID. Yes. Thank you for saying that. Yes, they still are. But here in LA, they're dumb. They have this mindset of out of sight, out of mind. I go, do you need to go to the hospital and just, make sense? A lot of the people that work at hospitals are going, why are we not getting, it's because they're over. The news outlets are over. I'm not over, but if I talk about people who are bored to death, so I go, stop talking about that. All right, fine, whatever. But my sister's sick with COVID. Thank God she got well. I hope she doesn't get it again because, in a home where she's taken care of because she has special needs, she may get sick again. People are very they jump on that. They go, wow, how dare you not take care of your sister? No, you don't understand. She's special needs. At some point they basically say you cannot visit at all. We have to take a test to say we don't have coronavirus. But if they have coronavirus there, do you think we want to get coronavirus? No, don't want to get coronavirus. It's still there, okay? So that's the answer. Anyway, so thank you for being smart. But man, if you would have been there, Patricia, you would have said, are you crazy? What are you talking about? People wear masks in order to prevent. Now, it's not and this is why I say better to have something than nothing. Better to have something than nothing, because a mask, which I usually keep around here, but I have several in the car actually. Anyway, a mask is a little deterrent. It's not a lot of deterrent, right? It's not a lot, obviously. And if it's in the air and it's really bad, you're probably gonna get it anyway. But again, it's a deterrent of saying, hey, you there, me there, right? And I used to think social distancing was the dumbest thing ever. Not gonna lie, I thought it was the stupidest thing until someone literally sneezed and it landed in somebody's eye, and I go, got it. I've never been that. I'm not a hypochondriac. I'm not. Never have been. I go, whatever. I get sick, I'll be fine. I'll be well. But then I got my mother to think about, right? And I go, oh, got it. All right, so I got to think about her, right? So I go, I'm young. I'll be fine. But I don't want. I'm so glad. I'm not going to lie. A lot of times I go, should I go out or should I not? I get invited to a lot of events. And I've canceled events because I have this feeling. I go, no. And then I find out days later someone got sick from that. Okay, one person actually went to an event and they messaged me. They said, I have COVID. I'm like, okay, well, we didn't swap fluids, so we're good, right? It was just somebody who said hi, and they're just a friend. Period. End of story. But that's the answer. So I didn't get it, but she was notifying everybody. I go, that's responsible. That's how many people don't even notify? A lot. But they go to events all the time. Right, and then someone gets it. I don't even know how I got it. Right, that's my sister. My sister, they don't really know how she got it. They think she went to what she goes to is called a day program. A lot of kids go. They said somebody else tested. We think so. They tested all the kids, and my sister, yep, positive. Right, this was weeks ago. Right, not a lot ago, weeks ago. And this is where people were saying, "Well, thank God we're over it." Well, if we were over it, why are people still getting COVID? Doesn't make sense. All right, so don't be that person in the room like the guy that I literally I hope I don't see him again, because seriously he only goes, who works for Kaiser and says that, right? I guarantee Kaiser, you need to check out legal and say, what are we doing? Okay, so that's the answer. So if you have people in your area that don't make sense, walk the other way. I try to make sense to those people. I try to make sense. Said if you were at a hospital, but then he went with that, well, I do, Kaiser. You're not a nurse or a doctor, I guarantee it, right? Because if you're a nurse or doctor, you wear a mask so you don't get sick. But if you happen to have something, you don't want to give it to the person if they're in surgery, right? That's why you wear a mask in surgery. Imagine all the doctors all of a sudden saying, we don't need a mask in surgery. Now, and I get that. You go, well, surgery is one thing, but, public, that's different. I don't want to wear a mask when, in the heat. And I get that. It's hot. You know what I do? Honestly, when around no one, or even around some people, and as long as I'm far away from them, I take my mask off sometimes. They cannot hear me. I take, because I'm outside, right? Now, inside, huge question. You'll see me sometimes without a mask because I take it off for a drink, and I go, wonder. So I make sure not around somebody. But if somebody's like, guarantee I back up, man. I don't want that. Okay. If I say, hey, when you want to shake my hand, yeah, I'm that person in the room. Okay. I'm the Howie Mandel. Okay. I'm all right with that. I don't even have that. He's ahead. I guarantee it. He's ahead. He's like, not even that right now. I'm like, well, that, right? People get upset when you do that. Have you noticed? I've done that. And some people are like, oh, I get that. All right, I got that. And then other people are like, wow. And I go, wow. I don't want to get sick when you get sick, because you'll probably give it. All right, that's the problem. If certain people have that behavior, I notice something. I go, yeah, there it is. You're going to get people sick. And that's the problem. You may get well from it, but you're not going to get anybody else well from it because you don't have the cure. There is no cure. There is no cure. People, are they getting immune from it? I'd say, well, that depends. You know, how many times you have to have it before you get immune, right? It's still going around. When it gets stamped out, will it still be around? Yes, it'll still be around. It'll still be around. But will we have something then to protect us long term? Then there's a huge hot topic right now. It's in the news. Vaccines, do we not? You know, I've always said this. We actually had a very good interview with Aidan Quinn. It's on YouTube. Go check it out. Aidan Quinn, right, said his, little one got worse after she had a vaccine. This is before coronavirus, okay? Because vaccines have been in the news way long, right? Way long. And there's some theories about it, but I think they gave the wrong dose, technically, to kids because kids are small. And even though they say, no, we give the right, I go, no, you don't. You give too much. And then it affects certain parts. And some say, no, it doesn't. But I say, yes, it does. Do the math. If a pill can have a problem long-term with side effects, then so can vaccines. Obviously, you just do the math. There is not 100%. There is no 100%. There is no 100%. That's why I say do research. There you go. All right. That's why I said, Ma, you need to get that one, not that one. We did research, and a lot of people are getting problems with the other one. A lot of people I used to speak to said, yeah, I don't want to do that one because it could cause a problem. And then they have a problem, right? If you have your lymph nodes swell up, that's a problem. They say, no, that's normal. That's not normal. That's not normal. And if you have problems years later, then I would say, which shot did you get? Because I guarantee that's coming out. People are going, what do we do? Because, yeah, they're protected because it was called emergency, right? Emergency. Well, we had to have that. Otherwise, you would die. I wouldn't die. I'd be all right. And that's the question. Did it help you? I'd say, yes, it did help. It just maybe not good for your body because it kind of rushed it. They were not ready, obviously. But, you got to do the math. You go risk, reward. I'm still alive. Therefore, all right. You're not dead, so that's the answer. But don't put yourself in harm's way. That's what I say. And don't put yourself at risk because you wouldn't know it when you're dead, right? You wouldn't know it. How would you know? How would you be able to prove it? Other people would be like, yeah, they did dumb. A lot of people are doing dumb. All right. A lot of people don't let the dumb be part of you. That's what I got to say. All right. There you go. Let's see. We appreciate you, Lau. Augustine, thank you for tuning in. All right. I'm going a little long on this, but here's the thing. We're not on broadcast right now. Okay. See this right here? All right. That's called a logo, right? ABC News Radio, KMT 1490 AM. I'm streaming on my own stuff. Okay. Do I make money that way? The answer, that depends on who watches, when they watch, how they watch, and all that. But I say independent, They say YouTube, right? And I say, yes, YouTube. If you're independent, YouTube. Do you make a lot? No. Does YouTube make a lot? That depends, right? But they make it per, and that's why you say, oh, I want a YouTube. Yes, you want a YouTube. I guarantee every actor right now is going to say, how do I make money right now? And I say every, but not all, okay? Because there are some actors that go, I can weather that. That's called, yeah, you have a lot of films. Perfect example, okay? I love Guardians, okay? The Guardians crew, they're taken care of. They work all the time. They do big stuff, right? They have good agents, right? They have good agents. Zoe Saldana, she's been on, we interviewed her several times, actually, on the carpet. Love Zoe Saldana. She's been in a lot of stuff. She's a hard worker. She came out of nowhere. Colombian, they say, right? But she's a hard worker. She does a lot of stuff, She's been behind, so she understands the animation people, right? Avatar. She's the woman in Avatar. You didn't know that? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Zoe Saldana, right? But she does it all. But she's done independent. She would know the independent world. She's very nice. You should talk to her. She's very nice. But she goes, yeah, I get it. Independent, though, have a problem sometimes. Sometimes they don't always do things by the book. You would think they do, but they don't. So sometimes independent productions have a problem when it comes to, like, okay, giving an example, I know a lot of stunt people, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, stunt people, they got upset because Oscars don't cover them, and they really should, but they don't. And there's a reason for that. They say it's politics. It is, but it's politics within. That's why you go, glad I'm not an actor. Yeah, be glad you're not acting or actor at all. But again, why is it important? I'll be honest. And you don't think the math, but here it is. When you're bored, what do? People go, I read a book. Good. You should read a book. All right. All right. Here's the thing. Here's what you need to know. I need to sign up because, yeah, I got something to do. But entertainment, in a way, helps you out. And I say this. I've said it before. It helps you stay home when you want to, not go out. And if you have, like, an area kind of like our people do in certain areas that are harsh environments, you want to be home in order to watch stuff, right? So, but you go, but it's not worth, like, all that, It's not like you guys change the world. I have a theory on that, but I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say, you're right. Military, right? Army, do they change the world? Yeah, they protect. some decimate, but some protect, right? The U.S., they protect, usually, right? There's some information coming out. You're going to be like, of course. But anyway, yeah, did you know that a huge stockpile, this is very interesting, but no one knew this, and it had years to take. It was technically chemical weapons were being destroyed from the U.S., chemical weapons from the U.S., right? Chemical weapons. Now, and here's the thing, and I know you're probably like, oh, great, you're that show. I'm not that show. That's the great thing about our show. Our show is just talking about, be the guy in the middle. That way it makes sense of it all. But when that comes out, people are going to go, what? Because they don't understand. It's been a thing for years. It was, honestly, they made a decision. They invested a lot of money, a lot, in order to get rid of those chemical weapons, but they have a way of getting rid of them because you don't want to get anybody sick. They bury them. But they go, at some point we got to get rid of it 100%. So that's the good. That's the good. So focus on that. When that information comes out, focus on the fact that they, made a decision to get rid of chemical weapons. But a lot of those chemical weapons, you go, oh, that's where the army people and military are going, can I sue? Yeah, you were tested on. That's why you have those problems. So that's the problem. Okay, if you're an army person or a veteran, you're going to say, shoot, right? You're all for that. I get that. But again, sometimes the army test on, Oppenheimer is opening a lot of people right now to go, that happened. That's true. And when that happens, then people go, wait a minute, we were just test subjects? Yeah. That's where a lot of vets are like, yeah, they use you. And I say, corporations, how does it work? Oh, that, yes, the U.S. has chemical weapons. Okay. And when you see some of you're going to go, what? And I'm going to say, it's always been there. And people will say, yeah, how did you not know? And other people go, why? Well, that's why they try to get rid of them. But I don't think it's to bury the information because it's very public. They spend so much money to get rid of it. Like, why not just throw it? Because they're chemical. You don't want to inhale that stuff. It's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. You go, I thought only, the other people, have chemical weapons. The U.S. does too. They always have. So you get it? Everybody. Oh my God. So at least the U.S. was responsible, to get rid of a lot of the weapons that are chemical. Go look at that. That's very interesting information. Anyway, so that's something you kind of need to know. A lot of money. Just saying. Okay. So, but do you get it? There's money all around. It's just called, where is the money at that will pay you right, like, away, right? That's what I always say. The deficit I never get. Somebody really needs to ask that. Because I say, does whoever is owed go? Because why would you do business with? And they say do business with government. If you have a deficit and you haven't paid it down, then will you pay your bill? Am I gonna have to wait years to get paid? Why would I want to do business with you? We go, no, there's a lot of money there. There is, because they constantly pay. I go, where's the money come from? Well, okay. I don't think people are ready for that. Okay, country. Okay, let's say country A invades country B. Now country A takes over country B. Where does the money go? Okay, if country B owed a lot of money to country in the middle, right? What happens to you get it? It's gone. Gone country, gone. Or is it, some say? I say, no, it's gone. That's it. Okay, country A, country B. Country A takes over country B. Therefore, all debts, gone. How you going to collect? You're not. So if you had money owed from a country, bye-bye. People are not doing the math about Ukraine. Okay, if Russia invades Ukraine, you know how much, this is why people don't make sense, but they should. Okay, Ukraine, people go, Ukraine, big deal. Ukraine, you should say, oh, we support. Right now, they're not supporting Ukraine. Ukraine said, we need help, guys. We need help. We'll be part of you, okay? We need help. They're invading. We thought we were going to get help. We need help. And certain people are like, you should be grateful that, we even want to talk to you to help you. Yeah, I saw that. Go watch World News. It's weird. Anyway, so that's the answer, okay? So when your country, right, and you owe the one in the middle goes, wait a minute. You need to pay us before, and I go, don't be that guy in the room. Don't be that guy. But you're right. When country A takes over country B, guess what happens? Country A says, our area now. and we're not going to pay you. We don't think so. That's the answer. People go, no, they pay. No, they don't. If they do business with you from there on, yes. But now, and that's the problem, nobody's done the math. Nobody's done the math. Russia people are hating Russia right now. They're hating it. They're not making money. Everything got closed down. Everything got closed down. So now they go, okay, what do we do? They're going to do what they always do, invade, obviously, right? Invade, invade, invade. So they're going to swallow up territory after territory and territory after territory. That's what happens. We're going through right now what people talk about in history school, right? Or history class, whatever you want. You know, in history, whether you like it or hate it, love it or hate it, every movie about history going, wait a minute, that's what we're going through right now. But you don't do why they invade. It's not always about territory. It's about money. Okay, people go, yeah, we know that. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's called government takes over. Therefore, now it's the money of government. Everything that was owed from people, if there were no people in that area, nobody would invade. They say, okay, that's our territory, but you got to have people there. You get it? So they really should say thank you to the people there. They should say thank you, because that's where the money goes eventually. They go, okay, now when you make money, we make money, right? But I go, man, you're dumb. You do not think. Seriously. Okay, so it's so limited mind, but people go, no, it makes sense. I go, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Not when you kill people. It will make money eventually. Will you be alive to see it? That's where people go, oh, that's right. Think about all the areas, right? And you go, oh, advancement came from those areas. Rome, you know, all the big powers that used to be, are they big now? No, they're in ruins. A lot of information coming from Rome has some very interesting stuff. At the time, they were the height of the height, right? But Rome invaded a lot of areas. Therefore, they got a lot of land, right? Very smart generals, very smart army people, very smart people invade, right? Now, here's the thing about the U.S. U.S. does not invade, all right? They protect. They do not invade, but they do make alliances. They do. With certain areas, they go, okay, now we trade with you, because that's where the money is, right? You trade with us, we trade with you. We got this to trade. You got that to trade. Now we help each other out. We enhance each other. You know, technology, right? Technology, yikes. Yikes. China right now. China, okay? Taiwan, right? All the areas you go, wait, what? I go, look, you don't want to talk about actors. That's fine. Let's talk about the world. Now you want to talk about actors, of course. But the point is this. The world is having a problem. People are not doing the math. Yes, I know strike is important, but technically the world is in trouble. And here's why. And I know you don't want to hear it, but here it is. The world is having a problem because no one's making sense. Dollar cents. It's not always dollar cents, okay? Whatever Russia, you get it? Okay, look. All right. It's all connected. Everything connects with other, okay? And I know people go, well, okay, if oil goes up, there must be a problem. All right, whatever. You know, then you pay a little more. But are you getting compensated? You know, I saw something that goes, we got very used to 40 to 50,000. I go, yeah, that's true. You did. But, you know, and some people make, you know, and I saw a report go, we have to make 200 some thousand. To be comfortable, in essence. And I said, they're putting that out there? Do you know 200? You know how hard it is to make 200,000? You have to be a CEO to make 200,000, or have your own business that actually is profitable. But everybody's connected. Okay, nobody's done the math. How many people died around the world? Therefore, there's less money. Why do you have inflation when people need to go back to base? Okay, shout out, love him. Ryan Reynolds, love him. Deadpool, know him, right? Okay, he invested in a company. He does a lot of the ads, right? He says, and it's a very smart ad. I hope it keeps. I hope it keeps. When you see it, you'll say, I get it now. Okay, he says, I went to the attorneys, right? It's that one. If you see it, especially if you're YouTube, it's a green background, great, right? They went down when everybody else went up. He says, so, you know, could we raise the money, you know, with inflation? The answer, yes. Anyone can. It's called inflation. They did the opposite. You go, how do they do the opposite? Every company can do it. It's called, we need the majority, not the little. You know, and at some point they usually get bought out. But it's smart. They get the subscriber, put them in an agreement. Boom, there you go. Metro PCS, where are they at? Boy, did they lose it. But they got bought out. Sprint. Boom. Sprint said, yeah, we love you. Boost Mobile, right? All of them say, yeah, we buy you eventually. We'll buy those agreements. That's right. Prepaid, huge industry, right? And not, but it's called I need a phone, right? So, you know, sure. My mother literally said, dude, we need to go to another because they're charging us so much. I go, you know what? I get that, but we have to wait for our agreement to end, then we could get out of there, right? Because they're taking advantage of, you know, but other companies are saying, no, we're going back to basic. They should go back to basic. That's where everyone makes money. But you forget there are a lot of people that died in the middle, all right? That's what nobody wants to understand. Okay, They're going to say the 2000 era was weird. I say, well, yeah, I get that. 9/11 started, and then, but there was a lot of in between that wasn't weird. Okay, yeah, I get that. Recession, I got that. But in between, it wasn't that bad. Come on, 2020 is where it got bad. So I say, do the 2020 era. That makes sense. 2020 now, we're living, and I get it. A lot of people are having fun. All right, those are people, you know, you get it. But don't be the guy in the room that I literally talked to this weekend that said, look, if you have a mask, that's because you're sick. He wasn't wearing a mask. And I wasn't there to tell him wear a mask. He just brought it up. I go, okay, whatever. You know, I wear a mask so I don't get sick. It's not a end all be all, but boy, have I not gotten sick. I'm not saying it's 100% guarantee. You know, I'm not saying that. You know, vaccines we had, what happened to that? You know, you raise it 75 and over. What happened to that? And I guarantee the next round you're going to want to, well, I'm not going to suggest that because a lot of people are on the fence on that. But I want to say this. With the information I'm getting from certain people that are very smart when they come to the science of it, I'm going to get it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. I'm going to get it, right? There's a problem. And people don't understand. There's something that no one's covering. But I guarantee it'll come out, okay? Because everybody's focused on politics, and politics rule the gamut. That's what you need to know. It's politics. It's politics. And yeah, I know, a little more hate. Actors talk politics all the time. Whatever. It's politics. Everybody's siding on the next election, which is really dumb. My God. But anyway, it's called look. And here's why I say it's dumb. And then people go, well, the whole country goes that way. The country does, but not the world. The world is like, we're busy with the war. How does that impact us? Okay, that's the answer. The world is focusing right now. This is why you don't see it in the U.S. because they go, everything's good. Don't worry about it. If you look at world news, you go, everything's not good. You look at broadcasters, they go, yep, there you go. Yep, there you go. Yep, there you go. They make more sense around the world than they do here in the U.S. What? I'm not streaming online. Boom. With broadcast, they don't pay me. I pay myself by broadcasting to y'all. So when you stream or you repost or you say share or you know any engagement, we appreciate. You don't pay us, but you pay us with time and energy, and sometimes with what you know. And sometimes when you say things there, you say, hey, there you go. Shout out to Renee. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Sometimes we talk things that make sense. Oh, people are talking about. Maybe I shouldn't talk that right now because I'm on that show. Anyway. I have a theory on UFOs, though. I'm just saying UAPs, whatever they call them. I have a theory. All right, I want to see videos because I think it's coming out. Some are saying, dude, they're trying to put pressure on because they said, dude, you came out about it. What's the result? Right? Capitol. Remember that they did a huge thing on. Then there's Oumuamua. Go look it up. Very good. There's a documentary on it. Well, not a documentary. There's a YouTube thing, like 20-some minute. Very smart. They covered the whole. Well, this asteroid is very different. Here's why. They go, it could be this. It could be that. It could be this. But it did a trajectory on its own. That's not a normal thing. Right, and they go, well, and then there were some scans I think done of that, and then they have the look at it. It's very smart, and they kind of do like a what could be in the middle. There's this little tubular thing going in the middle. Could it be a space type? I say technically that would be the future. You don't do space shuttle anymore if you want to travel through space. People go, we're not there. Yeah, we are. Space Force, go look it up. It's real. But you want to get an asteroid. They're mining asteroid. I thought that was fake. Not gonna lie. And I go, it's been there the whole time, like several years. Elon Musk had been talking about it. They want to mine. That's why when you see the news articles, you go, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. They want to mine a particular asteroid because it's very rich in certain stuff that you're gonna want. They have money. It's called mineral, and then mineral make things. And then you go, why has gold always been a precious thing? I don't know. It dents so easily, right? Gold, big deal, right? What does it do? They say, well, it conducts electricity. They liked it when there was no electricity. What does that mean? So that's a question, right? Why do certain minerals always, it's called what do you put stock in? If you put stock in that, then it makes a lot of money. Now, back to the war. War is not about gold anymore, okay? It's about money, but money is different now. Money is online, digital, yay. They go, no, they invest in, and that's true, actually. There's a lot of mining areas in Ukraine. There you go. That's the answer. But is it? It's called people. At the end of the day, you have to have people work that area. You don't make slaves. You don't do that anymore. We live, thank God, in a world. Do they do that in some areas? They do, huh? Certain areas like guerrilla warfare. That makes sense. That's why those people are like, help! But no one helps them because they go, do we have an interest there? I go, you're sold out right now. Anyway, you get it. So that's the point. And look, I've said it. You cannot be all around the world But that's why they make alliances. But some of those alliances they're gonna take a backspin. They're gonna hate it. All right, they're gonna hate it. Belarus, look at Belarus. Okay, Belarus is gonna do they put the guy who went into Russia like right in the middle, and Russia, okay, was like, do they ever let anyone go? No. Why do they let that guy go? Why? I'll tell you. It's simple. He knows him. Now Belarus said, look, he could come here. Let's not. No more. Well, now there's information. Go look BBC. Very smart. BBC. Love them. BBC, love you. I know someone that works there as well. BBC reported that there's footage of that group that went to the heart of Russia. Technically Russia's people, but whatever. They would say no. Anyway, are training Belarus people. Why, you ask? Why would Belarus say, hey, can you train my troops? Why is it news? I'll tell you. It's simple. Even Russia's going, we should probably put them in prison. Do you get it? Where are they training? They're next door over. If you don't know Belarus, it's fine. I didn't either until I looked at a map. I go, oh, got it. They're west of Russia. But they're right on the coast. Okay? And I said this to someone. They said, oh, that makes sense. So people that love history, here it is. Okay, if you were in the middle of the U.S., right? We're U.S. A lot of us are U.S., right? Okay, some of you may not be U.S. Okay, yeah, I see that. Maximud, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Renee. You rock too. Faiza, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. La Santa, thank you. Okay, so here it is. The U.S., right? If you're looking at a map, California, this would be California to you, right? This is like the other side, New York, Florida, almost underwater. That's the news here, by the way. That's why you should care, because and I said it, people didn't want to, but if you look at the news, it's all over now. All the stuff that they said, yeah, it happens in years to come, now everybody's saying, no, it's here. All right, the water is coming in and tearing away at the coastline. Yeah, okay, that's what you need to know. So if you're at the coast, don't. I say do not invest in the coast, just don't. And now insurance companies are not paying for destruction there because too many have happened all around the world. Therefore, they do not have money, and they probably made some bad investments. Here's the thing, big, and this is how they get big. Okay, so when the stock market goes bye-bye or they go down or whatever, some say no, they never go bye-bye. Boy, oh boy. Okay, so okay, everybody invests in the stock market that has money. They give it to someone, they invest it. But then when they go, okay, we want to use that money for this or that, they go, you have nothing, man. It's gone. What? Yeah. Bitcoin people, man, oh man, they think they have money. You don't, because collect on it, go cash it in, guaranteed. You're not going to get it, all right? Because so many people, they don't even know what happened there. Yeah, huge. Okay, but anyway, okay, so back to, so you're posting a link, awesome. Okay, so or I'll look at it later. So here's the thing. All right, now, and that's why I love social, right? We're live on social, yay. Social has something really cool. It's called You Guys. You guys comment, you say this or that. Some may say we disagree. I say, it's good, disagree. But here's the thing, okay? Everything's connected, but people don't understand how it's connected. Now, I know I've talked to a lot of people, get to the point. So here's the point. When Russia invades, well, they've invaded. When they take it over, and at the rate that they're going, they may, or they may not, I do not know. If they give up because they have a little war in there, yeah, Belarus. Belarus is a problem right now because now, and I say this, they're the little guy in the room, okay? Belarus is not that big. Belarus is like the little guy going, I want to be big, but he's not big, okay? He's the guy that will basically, I'll protect you. Will I? Okay, coast. Let's go back to this. California, Florida. I know I changed it, not Russia. Okay, all right. So Florida, sorry, so backwards. All right, California, Florida. California, right, is protection for the middle, right? That's why there's a lot of army here. You don't see them, but they're along the coast, right? All along the coast, right? This neck of the woods I don't know what they have, but I know here we have a lot of military. San Diego, like other areas, up the coast, right? All right, okay. All right, let's go with this. Okay, who's bombed at the beginning when war happens? Honestly, the coast. They don't go in the middle. They go to the coast. Can they go to the middle? Yes. But usually along the coast, they have certain things that shoot that stuff out. That's why they're always scanning. Right? I don't got to work on my sound effects. But the point is this. You got to keep California safe and all the, all that area. You got to keep them safe, okay? Because if they get there and they make in, then, well, we push back. Yes, we push back. That's why actually the U.S., the territory that we're on is actually really good situation. But here's the problem. I don't think it's going to happen, thank God, for Canada. Canada is a little border that we go, thank God, because Russia is right there. Sorry, I should, well, anyway, you get it. So let's get it. Anyway, look at that. Canada is the border between us and Russia, technically. No one likes to think that way, but you go, wait a minute, Alaska. Now, Alaska had a huge earthquake, okay? Pray for the people of Alaska. Oh, my God. They always get earthquakes. It's huge. So, Alaska, yeah, they have an earthquake. Horrible. But the point is, across the way is Russia. How hard is it for them to go into Alaska? Not hard. Not hard. Simple, easy breezy. Boat. Boop. There you go. Some say submarine. That's true. Submarines are in the water, people. Now, when you go, well, that's in the water. No, they can land anywhere and then out. All right? That's the problem. Okay. So, everybody's talking NATO, but I don't think people understand NATO because it kind of came up overnight. Not going to lie. I'm like, we're in NATO? They go, oh, it's an alliance of nations. Okay, and the U.S. happens to be there as well, but it's an alliance of nations. It's called maritime agreement. It's called trade at the end of the day. And if you understand that, then you understand where we're going when it comes to money. Save your money, people. Save your money, all right? I would even hold on to the money you invest because here's the problem. When it settles down, then people will invest, But this is probably going to hold back because it'll be a little worse too. Anyway, the point is this. I wish they would just give up on war and just say, yo, hey, yay, we love each other. Okay, but here's the thing. Russia, all right, why should you watch? Here's why. Money is watching. I used to say smart money is watching, and it is. They're smart. Usually. I don't know if they're smart right now. Okay, so I'll just say money. Money watches war because that means certain things will happen that are down the line. So they go, okay, I'm going to hold back here, but this is where it's going to go eventually because they know, and they know history. All right, if you think history, you go, oh, that's where money's made. Because you go, yes. When an area takes over a area, a perfect example, okay? Let's say Canada. We love Canada. Canada. I have friends in Canada. I've never met a Canadian. I've never met a Canada person I haven't liked. 100%. Love them. Love them, love them, love them, love them. Okay? All right, want to travel there? Do. But if they became Russia and they invaded, would we be protected? The answer? I don't know. I don't know. Right? They'd be bombing us. Boom, 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 boom. Right? And we'd be like, right? What do we do? Army. Right? Yeah. They'd be like, bring those chemical weapons back. My God. Anyway, the point is this. Okay? The point is this. No, we would defend. We would defend. But we would say, hey, people that we made, can you guys help us out? Right? That's Ukraine right now. Ukraine is that right now. They're going, dude, can you help us out? But he did something a little late that he should have done early. And I think that's why NATO's kind of being the guy in the room and saying, we're not going to support. When they should. They really should. Because they should remember what's going to happen. Poland is in the news. Okay, Poland is on alert right now because Belarus has, yeah, they're the guy who will do anyone in. All right, they'll do anyone in. That's the problem with them. You cannot trust them. Belarus, you cannot trust. There was a post, it was very interesting, Twitter, okay? And if you saw the map, zoom in on that map. The map got leaked because somebody was like filming it, right? Twitter. I don't know if he's like an army person or whatever, but they're like, oh my, and Belarus, the guy, I guarantee is going to circulate, was like, ha 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 ha, because he's like, we're going to win, man. Because he's, well, that's the thing. People are like, no, he's on the out. No, he wanted to ban with, it was a whole, this is what we're going to do, guys. That's what generals do. But keep it secret. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this over, we're going to take that over, and we're going to take this over. Here's how we go. All right? While we're doing this, you come in there. Do we get that? Yeah, you get that. But you get it? They make alliances to invade. No one invades alone. No one invades alone. You'd be dumb to invade alone. You may make some dumb things, but people go, I get the invasion now. It's called territory. That's what it is. Belarus wants territory, but they have something up their sleeve. They may or may not, they may deny, but at some point, why are the people that wanted to do, well, that's the thing, did they want to do Russia? No, not really. How did they get all the way to the middle? Honestly, they have the hearts of people because people there are saying, dude, we're poor. We're poor. That's what they're saying. And a lot of the military people. Do you know how many people they've drafted in Russia that are everyone, pretty much? Yeah. Go do the math there. If you have somebody in Russia, ask them, how are you? They go, we hate it. Or they say, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Did you get drafted? No, he got drafted. I'm hiding. No, they don't say they're hiding. But the point is, draft brings in, and they brought in probably, I would say, the dumbest move ever. I know you say, well, don't bring in the young ones. That's true. But they're bringing in the parents. They're bringing in, and then they sent them back going, we cannot use them. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? I say, well, Ukraine got grandma, so get it together. The guy that invaded you, he's not young. He's like, I'm that guy. All right, so you get it. It's so sad. But this is what's happening, okay? Everybody's about kind of like, let's just make sense, people. And if they got in a room, they was probably still going to fight, but put them in a ring. I think it'll make sense. Put them in a ring, okay? I would pay for that. I would even, no, I would never be there because I guarantee they probably bomb the people in the room. But the point is this, okay? The point is this. Everybody's going at each other. You need to just back off. Back down, back off and say, you know what? So sorry, we're stupid. Okay, because people invade all the time, right? They invade all the time. What was the moment, you ask? Afghanistan. When everybody pulled out of Afghanistan and the Taliban become a thing, isn't it the Taliban along with others that did 9/11? What happened there? Result? No result. Okay, so people that go, wait, we were the 9/11 group, right? What happened there? That's what happens, right? Yeah, we fight back for a little, not a lot, What are you going to do? So that's the point. 20 years later, no one did the hard question. So we're all right with that, 9/11? The Taliban, they take over again? We thought we stamped them out. No, they're very smart. Yeah, very smart. Okay. Don't be that guy. All right, so you get it? You get it? That's the problem. No one's doing how everything's connected, and it's simple. Russia. All right, people don't know how they're connected to Russia, huh? It's simple. You know how many trades happen with Russia in the middle? No, they go the opposite way. That's why they go the opposite way. They don't want to fly over Russia. But imagine if Russia got along with the rest of the U.S. Man, we would be like super, super rich. Yeah, they go that. I always go, how come they always go west and not just right there, right? It's because you're not flying over us. We can control it. That's the point. That's what they want to say. They control. Otherwise, it would probably be shorter distance when you do the math. Over land, right? Not over sea. Because it's hard to go against wind, right? And that depends on hurricanes and winds galore. So you get it? So that's the problem. So here's, I know I've said and I haven't, but here's the thing. I don't know if you're ready. There's a lot of, okay, let's do a shout out. Let's see, Mutiara tuning in. Thank you. My God, I don't know where you guys are coming from, but you guys are making sense. Thank you. Okay, so here's the problem, guys. Here's the problem. The U.S., I know, people hear that, and if you're in another country, like, so what? They're not doing anything, and that's the problem. U.S. says they're doing something. They're not. They're campaigning. They're campaigning. I know. He met the new king of, whatever. Yeah, King Charles. He met with King Charles. That's the big, all right. They should be saying, what happens if Russia invades? Don't worry about it. That's probably the king right now. He's like, don't worry about it. People don't get king, huh? They go, no, he's just a guy. No, he can make military happen overnight. All right? When they want a war, they go, boom, done. You got it. They say, no, that's like Congress. They don't want to say it, but that's Congress. I don't know who copied who, but there you go. So that's the answer, okay? Now, when they team up, the question is, will they team up with and or against? Who will they team up with? What is NATO? It used to be UN. I don't know what UN is doing. United Nations. Are we united? For peace. I don't know. But the answer, right? They go, we are the humanitarian in the room. Yeah, I get it. But NATO. Why? Are they all... And people go, look at that. They're so nice. But they're becoming the guy that says, we don't want to support you. So I saw a report where Zelensky was right there. He's like, yeah, we need them. He should have just said that, because he says something like, they need us, we need them. No, you don't. No, you don't get it. You are losing, and that's where people go, wow, you just, I know, what's the problem when you think territory, okay? He may be fighting back, but he's putting his people at risk, and you go, okay, that's why he needs support. Now, if you go back to time, people go, we should learn from history. Yes, learn from history, okay? When you learn from history, they would say, who do I trust? But then they get stabbed in the back, right? People will say, in essence, oh my God, it's a, right? Maybe a Alexander the Great, maybe Cyrus, right? Situation. It is. That's what Belarus is. They're the person that will stab you in the back, whichever way. You cannot trust them. There are certain people that are just that. That's why his military men are getting trained by the guy who went at the heart of Moscow. Next door. He was in favor of the invasion of Ukraine. That's out there. There's no way, and now he can say, now I'm with you guys, because Russia's saying, I don't think so. We thought you were with us. That's the problem. That's what no one sees coming. When Russia says, what? How dare you? You took, and now you're, what? Bye-bye. No. But he'll make an alliance maybe with NATO, Belarus. And he'll say, in essence, no, I'm back with NATO. But then behind the doors, he goes, dude, what's our numbers? What are we, because, if they bomb us, what's my, how, am I going to be alive or not, He's that guy, guaranteed. He's that guy. He looks tough. He's not tough. He's not tough. He likes to be the face guy right now because he's like, nobody's ever known me, now they know me. That I guarantee that's who he's going to be. Anyway, that's the point. So in Russia, you almost go, well, wait a minute. That's why some countries say, nah, we're not about that. You hit the little guy. Belarus is a little guy, by the way, on the coast. But Russia said, we get you, we see you, we now understand, okay, who you are, in essence, I hope, or who you're about. But here's the thing. They protect the coast. Now back to California. Protect the U.S., California is, for anything that comes in, all right? That's the, you lose that, they're in, okay? But you go, no, we push back. We would. So you go, hey, country to the, maybe north, because I don't think in the South we're really liked right now. I don't really know. We used to be liked, but man, did we get ourselves done in with that guy. Okay, so that's the point. You get it? We would say, hey, countries, can you help out? Well, we could, but that's between you and them, not us. Well, you should be concerned. That's what Zelensky's saying, but he doesn't know how to say it 100%, but he needs to say it. It's called, we are a border between when they invade us, what do you think is going to happen to you? They continue taking up territory. They go, oh, since we're there, we're going to go there. Since we're there, we're going to go there. And since we're there, we're there. That's why you want to look at the map. It's called a all-invasion strike. That's what it is. That's what I say. You got to push back hard. Then they might say, oh, shoot. All right? So you get it? That's where we're at right now. Okay? If you make sense of that, then it makes sense for the rest of the world. Okay? If you live in an area where you don't have that, good. If you live in an area, Oppenheimer, go watch Oppenheimer. I guarantee it'll make sense. It's coming out at probably the best time ever. And I would say almost like a prelude to something. You know what I mean? Yeah. What? There's a movie that came out and then it happened like a week later, right? I forget what they call it, but it was a chain reaction of nuclear power plant. Yeah. But they said, is there a problem with this? Because all of a sudden it got into what? People are like smart about it all of a sudden overnight. And then it happened. They go, could that happen? And the whole area, they rebound, but a lot of radiation there. That's called a leak, right? Well, that's Ukraine right now. You know how many times certain areas, that's where Chernobyl is. You go, wait, Chernobyl, Ukraine? Yeah. Chernobyl, Ukraine, not good. That place, you don't want to be there long. They say, you can visit. No, you don't want to visit. You don't want to visit. That's called radiation leak that caused a meltdown beyond massive proportions. It exploded, but the radiation's still leaking. Those rods don't ever get turned off. They constantly radiate what you would say energy, but I call it radioactive, radiated, whatever. It's in the air. You don't want to be downwind or anywhere near it. But it's just the whole area, right? A lot of movies done that, right? A lot of games done that. Zombie, right? Parts fall off. That's radiation. Anyway, so that's the answer, okay? Yes, you may bomb and destroy the whole people, but it's the fallout that happens. It's the radiation that, when it rains, don't be under that. They call it black rain. Why does it get black? I don't even know the science behind that, but it gets black. It's like soot from a volcano. But a volcano soot will not kill you unless you inhale it a lot. Then over time it can build up in your body technically. But, usually wear a mask for that. Don't be the guy who says, oh, you're obviously, other guy sick because you have a mask on. Don't be that guy. No, I wear it so that I don't get sick. From you, obviously. So that's the answer. Okay. But anyway, you get it? So Russia, you need to watch Russia. Belarus, you need to watch Belarus. And you need to watch what's going to happen probably next week or so. But the U.S. is not covering it. Okay? They're kind of not a If you subscribe to anyone, subscribe to BBC. Okay, they had like a America edition. Don't watch that one. Watch the European one. Okay, I don't know what they want to be called, but the other side of the world. That knows, and you go, but that's the other side of the world. I don't even, travel there. I don't, I don't really know. I go, well, yeah, but back to money. Money is connected more than you know with that part of the world. Okay, there's a reason we trade with them. There's a reason money goes up, money goes down. Okay, that's why they say we need to be kind of like, not dependent on them. They've done that for years. I go, well, you're always going to depend on them. That's a problem, okay? Electric vehicles, there you go. There's your moment in the sun. All right, electric vehicles, all right, where do they get the batteries? No one thinks that, huh? No one thinks, environmentalists are going, why are you saying that? Because it's connected. All right, I know, I talk vehicles all the time. And I know this. It's called, okay, which is the bigger thing in the room? Right now, you need to watch Russia, okay? There's a lot of mining happening, whether you know or not. Batteries don't come out of nowhere, okay? Think of your little battery-operated device, lithium, all right? Lithium is a mineral mined somewhere, okay? Is it in the U.S.? I don't know. But if you found a lithium mine, you would want to mine that, right? Yeah, obviously. And then you create batteries for days. That's why they say, well, technically, you may say it's saving, but it's not saving. I say, yeah, solar saves, okay? That's yes. They go, yeah, but to manufacture solar, you have to make, I go, look, you have to make something out of nothing from somewhere, right? It's called minerals. You have to get minerals from somewhere. That's why we're an interconnected planet. That's why they want to mine an asteroid. They're saying the minerals are there. We can mine it. If there was a safe way to bring that to Earth, they would mine. That would be smart. How big is it, right? This would be a safe way without like pushing it. They probably would. They push it into the. It's so dumb, my God. Anyway, okay, so that's the point. Because you could bring it to like a planet very safely, right? No, it's too heavy. No, don't explode it, because then you have all those. You don't know where that's gonna go. All right, never mind. Mining in space. There's got to be a way though, right? Because that would make sense. Like have it like a space shuttle. How big is it? That's what I want to know. How big is what you're mining? I don't know. Got questions on that? Because what if you hit the wrong orbit and then it goes right into Earth, right? Where did that come from? That was the one we were mining, but we exploded it by accident. All right. That's why they don't do TNT anymore. They say stable? I don't think so. They go, well, that's how we got roadways. That's true. When you look at history of the nation, we did some dumb stuff, right? Right? Cavities, that's how you get rock out, right? But I say, look for lithium. That's probably the next one. Because the battery in your vehicle, especially if you're about the environment, that battery is going to go bye-bye at some point. Think of your laptop, all right? I've had, I don't know how many laptops that the lithium goes bye-bye, right? After so much charge. It gets charged again. Thank God we know how. You know how I don't know how. Thank God for technology. Thank God for people that make sense of lithium ion batteries, or any lithium battery, really. I say solar, do solar. But the point is this. Battery can get charged, right? With solar, true. But at some point, that's it. Think of your phone, all right? Everybody has a phone, you're probably watching. The phone has a battery in it. When that goes bye-bye, and we all know it does at some point when you charge it. That's why I say charge a little, not a lot. And that's why, because the minerals in it go bad at some point. They don't become chargeable anymore. It goes bye-bye. I wonder if they could magnetize it. That'd be an interesting idea, right? Could they magnetize it too? Is there a way to take that battery, not in your phone, because your whole phone is bye-bye, but could you take the battery out, not explode, because they could become explosive. So you got to do it safely, but reignite it so that, right? Because it's just minerals that kind of get less, isn't it? Isn't that what it is? I know some degrade over time. That's copper. You think of copper and copper. That's why that's a mineral to invest in. Copper for days. They call it the Bronze Age. Invest in that. That makes sense, right? Because it conducts in think of your air conditioning system. Awesome. Right? Are they well, catalytic converters? Why, you say? The minerals in it. Yeah, they should be miners. Seriously, go invade that. Anyway, that's the problem. Okay, that's the problem. All right, that's the problem. So, yeah. I'm looking at a picture. I'm actually having an idea, and maybe it'll. Nah, it's too long. Anyway, yeah, it's too long. So here's the thing. Here's what you need to know. Okay, and it's very simple, people. It's very simple. What you need to know is it will make sense at some point when people say, okay, Russia, you need to back off. Now, no one talks to Russia, but they should. So Russia, I'm going to say this. I said this in 2020, but whatever. Here it is. Okay. The people of Russia say, can we just stop? Just stop. Because in the next week or so, it's going to go bad. Or not. I've seen some weird things happen all of a sudden. So Russia needs to just stop. Okay? Pull back. Invest in the people of Russia. You'll be fine. All right? Invest in the people of Russia. Because the winter that's coming, you haven't done the math. It's bad. It's bad. I guarantee it's bad. Okay? You haven't done the math. The article that I have here is interesting. And the headline is scientists sound alarm over unheard of conditions off the coast of, don't forget about where it's at, because it's happening all over coastal areas. You're going to see more of this, okay? And here's why it says here they're sounding the alarm. The article kind of goes all over the place. That's why it's kind of hard, but it's happening. And I hate to go that because then people don't want to listen. But let's go to science. Everybody understands science, okay? And I said this several times, but whatever, no one's listening. You don't want to be at the coast when it comes in. The water is rising, whether you like it or not, and it's eating away at the coast. Okay, you're going to see pictures of this. It's real. Okay, now you go, well, I'm not at the coast. I'm like inland. Then you're good. You're good. It doesn't come rushing in unless there's a tidal wave called a earthquake. Okay, that can happen, but how rare is that? Seriously, right? So that's the answer. But I certain areas like, right, there are a lot of areas that have tidal waves because they're at and around sea level, and the waves come in big. I don't know why they come in that big, that area. Right? I'm thinking of areas like when you see like YouTube that and you go, right? It'd be stories and that whole wave. You've probably seen those. Those are real. Those are not fake. All right. How do they rebound? I don't even know. Do they cover that? So that's the point. Okay. Now you go, okay, well, I live in an area. We don't have that. Why should it be of my concern? I get that. I got that. Here's why. When certain areas, somebody just got it. Here's the thing. When certain areas have a problem, the other problem is how do we pay for it? Because we've got to do the right thing. That's why I say move inland. You're not getting paid anytime soon. When insurance companies don't pay, who's next in line? Government. Government's next in line. But are they? As the government's going to put some pressure on insurance. I hope. But if they're busy with the war, well, that's the question. Are they busy with the war? No, they're not. They're like, that's your problem. That's on your side of the world. Yeah, Zelensky went to the White House, and I said it's just one of those things, it's called publicity. He went to the White House. He said, yeah, we'll support. He already sent some, but if you look at some of the news, it's kind of like the old stuff. He sent some stuff, so Zelensky's like, that's it? Yeah, that's it. That's all we got. The U.S. is fighting its own stuff in other parts of the world. They just don't talk about it, okay? Or defend, whatever you want to say. All right, whatever you want to say. I get that. But here's the point, okay? Here's the point. No one understands this, but they should. All right, and I think Renee, you understand this. Just hold on, because I guarantee you're a military guy. So here's the thing, and I love Army people because they make sense. But here's the thing, okay? There's a problem when it comes to people eventually when they don't make sense eventually. And here's the problem: there's another wave coming. No one's calculating that. They're acting as though, oh, we're gone, we're done with it. Now there's a problem. If you look at history, these things happen in succession. It's the weirdest thing. I love the part in between where there isn't that. But for some reason, pandemic, then war. Isn't that weird? Now, World War I, the war happened, but there was still war going on. Then there was pandemic in the middle, but then they continue with another war eventually, okay? Everything is being compacted right now, all right? And the same areas are going to war again. It's like the weirdest thing. It's like, talk about cycles, okay? So when you understand that, you go, wait a minute, pandemic, war, what happens next? Well, if you look at like the early 1900s, okay, and you compact everything, it's almost like a repeat of that. People go, why? Because one thing kind of another thing, all right? People take advantage of people when they're weak. That's when certain people go, now's the time. Let's do it. I go, God, you got something happened there. Okay, so that's the problem. But they don't do the math, okay? They are not strong anymore. Now, you're right. At the 1920s, okay, look at that. When it ended, there also was peace, but there was still a war happening. World War II was starting. We're at the beginning of, I'm not going to say that. I've said it before. I'm not going to say it. I'm just saying we're at the beginning of things that could go that way. Right now, a lot of people could just say, no, we're not going to do that. All right, but you people say that is the day that was known in, whatever it is in the history books. But you go, but what was the lead up to that? What was the lead up to that? What started that along the way? Because some say, well, it didn't have to happen, but it did happen. So we go, okay, what's the lesson? The lesson is this. Honestly, protect yourself. My God. Okay, so that's the problem. All right, the problem is no one's going to listen to what I'm saying. So I say protect yourself. If you're in an area, and that's the thing, do the math. The majority of you, if you're on vacation, you're going to be fine. All right, unless there's a tsunami. That's true. Don't be at coast. Don't do coast. And I said, to real estate people that buy, because a lot of so many retirement homes in those areas because they were cheap. They were cheap. Now they go, I get why they're cheap. They're going to make sense of that at some point. They're going to say, no wonder it was cheap. Some of those coastlines were cheap because someone knew what was coming. They go, oh, right, build a little, don't worry about it. Insure that. But now insurance companies are going, we're not insuring that. And at some point, they're not going to pay. You have to sue. But then at some point, we go, bye-bye, meaning bankruptcy or just belly up. What? And that's huge. When that happens, that's a huge signal to the industry of financials, okay? Financial industry says, whoa, no. You know how many, They call it a safe investment. Financial industry say all the time, insurance is safe. I have had it said to me more than once. Safe, 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 safe. Is it? Not right now. People say, get life insurance. I know that guy. I did. I considered actually at some point life insurance, actually putting it out there. Now I'm so glad I did not. And here's why. Life insurance is good, all right, when they pay up. Right now, they're all connected. All right, that's why they say it's a safe investment. Now, they used to say even if, because I used to be the guy in the room, and I used to listen to the guy ask the question, is it always the smart money? They go, what if your company gets bought? You're selling me a bill of goods, but what if your company gets bought? Well, then they take everything with them. Okay, all right. So my life insurance is good no matter what. Yes, it's been the safest investment ever. Okay. And it's true. If you do the math, it actually does get bought. But that wasn't the question, actually. It wasn't if they get bought. It's what happens when you go belly up. Oh, we get bought at some point. Insurance gets bought up at some point, right? I'm Liberty advertise right now. I think this should be, yikes, do you pay your bills? That's the question. Okay, so that's the question. Do they pay life insurance? The answer, obviously, yes. Obviously. But they have other types of insurance, okay? So they're a financial instrument, some say. Some don't even think that. But it's called, that's where the money's at. So if they renege or they get sued, guess where the money goes? Bye-bye. So all your safe investments in life insurance and life instruments and life, all that, will they pay up? I say, well, hold on to it long term and don't die. Because your family's going to be like, we didn't get a dime. We didn't get a dime. It's right there. Yeah, we cannot pay because we're no longer in business. It's that guy. That guy's like, well, I don't got money because they sued me too. He has a liability. It's called a life insurance policy. That didn't write it right. No, I'm just kidding. That's why they have underwriters, to make sure that's okay. No. He has a problem, honestly, because he bought bad stuff and they get sued. And then they say, well, we sue you too because now you own them. He goes, no, I'm just the guy that took the debt. Okay. But then people don't make sense. And they say, no, we're pretty sure we say it. And then they make sense of something. They go, yeah. And then the guy goes, I have no money. Or he gets blindsided from another, what he doesn't even see, because he goes, no, I'm protected. I bought them. Therefore, that's not my liability. That's my liability. Yeah. Let's say you wanted to buy, you had the money to buy, Fox Studios. Who knew they were going to be a thing, right? They said, fine, we sell that. Who knew they were going to sell, right? Properties, right? That's why Deadpool is now a thing of Disney, right? Think about it, right? And Disney goes, well, you're under our brand. What do we do with that? So people go, shoot, we like that's why Marvel. It's great for Marvel. Unless, oh, wait. That's right. How it impacts everyone. Every single movie that had a slate of movies coming out at a certain time, bye-bye. If that SAG goes long on strike. Some estimates are a year. I have seen weirder. If it goes on a year, I guarantee no one's going to cover it. And you're going to see reality shows after reality show after reality show. I actually said to someone, you should invest in a reality show because that you'll make money on. The other, no way, Jose. Yeah, you don't have to have writers and you definitely don't need actors. You don't even want actors on it. And some actors will actually be kind of featured because that's a workaround. Oh, now you're in the life of me. That's why those are, I used to watch MTV. Loved it. Cribs, right? Pimp My Crib or Pimp My Ride. Pimp My Ride. They need to do Pimp My Crib. I'm going to do that. I guarantee you. There's so many rehabs that you go, can we just follow you guys? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, do that. It's awesome. Especially when you see a celebrity. You go, dude, I didn't know you. They go, turn off the camera. I don't want that out there. Shoot. All right, so have an agreement ahead of time because people are going to be in it. And they go, I don't want to be on that. But they do, because then it gets, right? Where's it going to be streamed? Honestly, nowhere. No one's watching TV. So where's it going to be streamed? So that's going to be a thing they're going to invest in. But I say, do it, and then get it everywhere. Distribution. So distribution is probably the best because, back to your TV, do you watch? And this is why I say we're connected, okay? Whether you know it or not. You are connected to the rest of the world if they have social, okay? Social connects us with people we didn't even know were, in other parts of the country, the world, basically, right? Now, if we were connected to another planet, that'd be pretty interesting. And you need to watch the news of that, because there's some information coming from that. I know, I get information from so many different people. I'm like, that's how it connects. But here's the thing. That industry of space is going to impact Earth in probably, I don't know how long, but some would say maybe weeks to maybe, there's something coming up really quick. Weeks to maybe a month. Okay. From weeks to a month, something's going to happen. And you say, space, the new frontier. They're going to say, invest here. There's only so much money to go around, I say, yeah. When the money invests there, where does it dry up? Uh-oh. Money. Oh, it's that asteroid or something Musk is doing. He's saying, invest. Okay. He's going to have a meeting. It's going to be for the public. And when the public... Here's the thing. This is so funny. I know I'm going a little long, but here's why. When the public say, well, that's interesting, Musk says, yeah, but it's not for the public. It's for the ones who honestly go, You never know what I call, well, in the book I call it, I know people are going to, you're selling it, but I am actually, right. They don't know the millionaire in the room. All right. They say, forget mindset. You don't know the millionaire in the room. They don't want to be known. Okay, they don't want their information out there. They don't want you to know they are millionaires. But there are little keywords that you hear. It's called real estate. Okay, lately I've been hearing something very interesting that is going on, and it's called commercial. Okay, where or people that deal with architecture or architects, right? Leasing. That's the keyword. When you hear, hey, we have a lease for sale, that is where the money's at. Who, has those properties? That's where the money's at. Some go, well, it's not a conglomerate. It's usually a person or an entity of a group of investors or a group of people, but they usually live somewhere pretty safe. They say, out of there, okay? They go safe, okay? But they don't want to be known, all right? And they don't drive the Lamborghinis. Those are YouTubers. Those are other people. I'm not going to lie. I would drive one if I could. But here's the thing, okay? I know I'm so that guy. But I don't make the money that a YouTuber does. I would love to make the money that a YouTuber does. And if you're a YouTuber, invest. Because if YouTube goes bye-bye at any time, well, there you go. That's the answer. Here's the thing. A lot of the views are coming from other parts of the world you don't even know. And if you do the math on that and you're a YouTuber, you go, oh, my God, I have a lot of money from, viewers in Russia. A lot of Russia actually consume a lot. Uh-oh, there it is. If Russia gets sequestered from the rest of the world, do you know how much money is there that you could have had, technically, if people just watch your stuff? Now, they say, no, fine, we're closing off, just like Korea. We're going to be that guy. Well, that's done. You're going to go belly up at somebody. They're going to invade you, and you're going to go bye-bye. But here's the thing. The rest of you need to save your money, because there's no money for YouTube. You know how many views come from Russia? Go look at it. Some of you, it doesn't happen. Others, it happens. I should message somebody and say, you need to get out of there. They don't trust me because they don't know me. But the point is, look, I love people of Russia. I really do. I love people of Russia. I love people of Russia. But man, the ones in charge, my God, doing dumb. All right, so the people love you. Ones in charge, come on. Stupid. Right? You don't think, oh, that's right, climate. Now, I don't like the word climate change because people go, you're that, whatever. But climate, if you do the math on that, and every single meteorologist is going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And they almost are there saying it, but they're not saying it. We have what is called extreme, and it's extreme. You go, we've always had extreme, right? Like, literally, a day ago, I was having a conversation. I hope they're not watching. But here's the thing. They were like, it's really hot. I go, it's always hot during July. I mean, seriously, it's summer, whatever. It's not that hot, Hot they call it record breaking. Every single year I hear a record being broken. Okay, every single year. But 2020, okay, nothing good about 2020. 2020, 2021, 2022, and some felt it. It was in the air. 2020, you almost felt like, the air feels a little, love the number, right? Then 2021 came around, right? Then 2022, now 2023, right? 2024, 2025. Some are saying, oh, this is the year. It is, in a way, if you kind of save your money and you invest. That's why I invest. That's why you're going to see a lot of properties coming from my area and the people that I invest in, because I say this is going to go long term. We just need to sell. They go, okay. So that's the answer. That's why I say if you have an idea, get it down, get it written, okay? But remember, think world, all right? Think world, okay? I have a story. I don't know if it's the time. Maybe that's why I'm going to have to change the title or something. I was going to do like a spy thing, but maybe it's not the time. Okay, that's part of the answer. I'm going to change the title. That's fine. That's fine. I would do a spy thing and be like, oh, that's cool. But maybe the whole Russia thing's a problem right now. So, yeah. Okay. Not going to happen. Unless I make her Ukrainian. That would work. That would work. I could do that. See, you can switch it really quick. Right? You can switch it. You know, oh, it was that. No, I'm going to do the one that's invaded. That. That's what I'm going to do. So I don't know how to figure that out. Anyway, the point is this. Okay, the point is this. All right. Let's see. Mutiara, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Augustine. Thank you. You know, a lot of you are smart. I'm just going to say it. I'm being around the bush. There's a reason. But here it is. All right. Everything's connected. If you understand the connection, one impacts. And you talk to smart people, you usually have money. If you can get them, and you know who usually knows them? You don't even know. Your hairstylist. Your hairstylist. Sometimes they have a big baller in the room. And then you listen, and they say, oh, that's where the money's at. And here's the simple way to get the information. You just say, so what do you know about Russia? They go, oh, my God. Because they were hearing the person talking about, you know, the investment people or people that have money talk Russia. They know Russia. They are watching it. All right. That's why certain, like, if you, okay, they say in the trading community, I used to trade, I'm not going to lie. Boy, I hate brokerages. Oh, can they get sued? All right. So the point is this. They did it's called a spike. They did a spike. Yeah, there is no data, and I think that's why the data went away. Oh, no wonder they covered over the tracks. Anyway, I'm going to sue 100%. But the point is this. Okay, they say don't trade on news, all right? And that's actually true. That's actually true. You don't trade on news unless it's world news. That's why sometimes you see, and I guarantee it's coming back, they call it, you know, money trading or Forex trading, right? It's really currency trading, but it's Forex trading, okay? Forex, or the foreign exchange, which is how you convert dollars to euros, okay, or yen to British pound, okay. I think people, they don't. Okay, let me give you an example. All right, you go travel, you get the money for that area, or you don't, right? Some people will break the money, or some will not. You go, what's the calculation here? But if you take all dollars, I guarantee some players will go, I don't take that, or some do. But they have to go trade it, so now you create a problem for them. They have to trade that into the currency that they, and that's the problem. No one gets the calculation. If Ukraine goes belly up and they get invaded 100%, all of that money, bye-bye. The people now trade in whatever the country that comes in with. You trade with what we use. They don't do dollars. No way, Jose. Now you cannot even, there it is. The US is so ridiculously stupid. They didn't do the math. The smart people should really talk to them. They should get investors in there. Then they would understand. That's where technically, I know whether you like them or hate them. Trump actually knew investors. That's why he goes, I'm going to do a deal with. Well, did he? That's the question. But he was trying to. He really shouldn't have said the things he did about China. But here's the thing. Okay, so I know, all over the map. My God, that's why I like to stay in the middle. So the point is this. Here it is. You ready? I know some people are not ready for this, but here's the thing. Everything's connected. When you say everything's connected, and then you understand it's connected, how does it connect? It's this. You're just not ready. When you're ready, I'll tell you. Okay, here's the thing. Whether you're ready or not, at some point, you'll be, maybe you're not. Okay, here's the thing. Russia. Just focus on Russia. When that is no longer a thing, I say, okay, you're good to go. Until the next, which is the wave coming, when it comes to, whatever, is coming when it comes to the virus, okay? Whatever virus, whatever they call it, there's a wave coming. We're going, and I love summer. I say take advantage of that. But if you can, be ready for the winter, okay? The winter you want to be ready for, okay? And Russia, going down during a time where you guys know it gets cold there. Those people are going to be like, I don't think so. All right, that's how you got to the hearts of people. They're done with it, man. Just pull back. Maybe you'll live to see another day, as I say. No, you will. He has a lot of military support. But here's the thing. Russia is big. People just don't understand how big it is, all right? They're big, huge, all right? You think they're little. They're not little. They have ties everywhere, okay? And there's a reason they have a lot of land. Go look at how much land they have, all right? Look at that. Look at the U.S. land. You go, they have a lot of land. But here's the thing that no one knows. At some point, whether it's warm or cold, there are certain areas drying up. So yes, in the summer of next year and the following year, it'll probably be a warmer year. Probably warmer than now, to be honest. But because there's this huge, like, I don't know, we'll talk about science, boy, I love it or hate it. But they're trying to make sense of it. They're going, why the wobble again? So the wobble impacted certain things. Volcanoes heat up certain things, and there's a little thing that happens. That's why big storms are getting bigger, and, that's why coastlines, be careful, because water is rising because glaciers are melting. That's going to be back in the news, right? When they have it all in the news, then it makes sense. When they just do little portions, because they go, we only have so much time to cover that. That's true. But put it all in the news, then it makes sense. It's all connected that way. Those are things you need to cover. Simple. No one does it, huh? Dumb. Well, look at world news. They're smart. So glaciers have been melting, whether you know or not. That's why when you have a storm or anything come in, it's eating away at the shore. That's the answer, okay? They're trying to make sense of it, but it's simple. The glaciers broke off, all right? They broke off. I saw the broadcast. It was in, I don't remember the year, 2022, I think. And they said, oh, my God, everything's going to rise. And I said it on the broadcast. For those of you that follow, thank you. I said anywhere from 3 to 6 feet. All right, within the next few years is what I said in 2022. We're now in 2023, middle, right? 2024, 2025, I said do not buy on the edge or coastline at sea level. You can buy inland, but be high. You're high, you're good to go. But if you're on a coast, not good, all right? The Pacific is having a problem as well. There's a lot of land getting muddy. Why? Probably the moisture in there. I don't know. Humidity. Okay, humid. It's getting humid here. That's called summer, obviously. Okay. In the winter, will it be humid? I don't know. 2020 was a weird year. When they do the math of that, they'll understand. But here's the thing. What you need to know. There's a lot of people that are having problems when it comes to money, financials, and other. So when those ones that said, oh, we're secure, are not secure, people get a little, what do we do? That's where, kids don't care. They go, I need the new device. I go, yeah, where are you going to get that new device? Battery. At some point, they'll have a shortage. Why? You say because they didn't sell as many as, yeah, you didn't do the calculation of the new math. Now they say, well, babies are here. Yes, but do adults. Babies have years to come. That's why you have to have a little less produce. Yeah, you pull back on the production a little. They say don't pull. I say pull back. When you pull back, then you go, that's why we need to sell. No. That's why you're not going to sell, but you need to sell what you have and then get it out. I go, oh, that makes sense. That's why they're pulling back on how many are out. But then they put the price up. You go, don't do that. Just make it simple, okay? Just simple. Do monthly, you're fine. But that's how you compensate. The people will do monthly. They can fit that in the budget. But here's the thing. No one's making, at least not in the area, the electricity is sky high. Seriously, guys, you're taking advantage of inflation. I love the Ryan Reynolds. That's such a good ad. He goes, we go to $15 while everybody else is going high. No, he doesn't say that, but that's basically what he's saying. They used to do $25 or $50. Remember that? He said $15. I'm sure there's little restrictions there. But the point is, you can keep your number. You don't have to lose it. Some say go that. I say don't. They're not big yet. Don't. My mother, we went to Metro when we were trying to save money back in the day, and she hated it. She hated it because we weren't getting service. She goes, why are we not getting service? We're in a little cell tower that just doesn't get to where we're at. That's it. That's all it is. So you got to be careful of that, right? But if you want your number, you go to area, and but she doesn't want to walk out to make a call. So I say, well, I don't know what to do, but there you go. So don't go super cheap unless you really have to. then go that. That'd be awesome, right? And they know that. And usually they get bought by a big guy, and that's where they make their money. So technically, he's gonna make a lot of money at some point. He's gonna say, no, we don't sell. You sell guaranteed. So that's the thing, because they get all the agreements, and there you go, right? $15 a month with little restrictions, but watch the restrictions. I'm gonna say, and then they get bought out. It's called a contract, right? At some point, people just say, okay, I want to go to the other carrier, because then the other carrier goes, I'm gonna be the little guy. Yeah. Then the other guy becomes the little guy at some point, because he's losing, because there's only so many people to go around. That's what nobody calculates. That's why you don't kill people. That's why war is the stupidest thing ever. When you kill people, they go, yeah, but we're going to have that area. Yeah, but with less people. Therefore, you have less money coming in at the beginning when you're alive. That's why you're poor in the end, because you're not even rebuilding that area. That's the problem. Okay, no one does the math. When you kill people and or they're dying from another wave coming, I guarantee the wave is going to kill people. All right, there's some stuff coming out, so I say, I'm getting the vaccine. No, I get the vaccine. Sometimes I fight it. I do. This one I'm going to get. Okay, and I said, look, my sister, she's got to get it. She's at risk. She's already gotten it more than once, right? So people go, well, she has immunity. I go, no, she has end plates in her body. She almost bled out. She needed a blood transfusion. She was able to circumvent that by getting end plates, all right? I say India has a great product. They really need to market that. But end plates helps your blood basically create like a synthetic version that actually helps you fight. And it helps your platelets rebound. Really, it's really good. They really need to look at the science of that and say, oh my God, it's good for other yeah, I guarantee it is. Anyway, that's the point. So end plates, go look it up. Really good. Expensive, but you only do it once. It's like, well, at the time that we had it, it was like, the lady didn't want to do it. The hematologist was like, you know how much that is? $2,300. Then do it. All right. You have to be an advocate for, yeah. But if your platelets are dropping, if you've ever been in the hospital and they say your platelets are, do you want a blood transfusion? Say, I want end plates. Can you, the lunch is probably costing me more than end plates. Oh, yeah, okay. Then they administer that because they go, oh, yeah, we can order it. And then they admit that. Boom. Every single day it kept compounding. The way people wish their interest was going right now. Right now, interest is going bad, okay? So that's the problem. So people go, where do we put our money? I say, hold on to it. Hold on to it. That's what I say. People say, don't make that type of advice. I say, look, I wrote a business book. There's a reason I say that. So I'm a thought leader. But don't take my advice because you got to invest in yourself. But there's the answer. Hold on to it. Here's why I say hold on. I'm not saying don't invest. I'm just saying watch. The big money watches what happens when it comes to that. That's why at some point you go, oh, that's why they're pulling out. Yeah, they know and they want to know what's happening. What's Putin going to do? When they have that information, they go, got it. That's what they trade on. They trade on Russia right now. They don't really trade on other areas. If Australia wanted to go to war, if China wanted to go to war, well, technology sector would actually be watching that because they go, wait a minute, we get a lot of devices from there and we get it real cheap. Wait, how's that going to impact? Right, so they do the math there. That's the technology sector. Really, that's what China is. That's what they've become. How they did it? Man, there's a good documentary. I really need it. Anyway, I can never remember. Anyway, the documentary said they were insular, and then the smart guy said, you know what, I want to go around the world. He went around the world, saw technology, said, we need to invest in our people. He offered, I should say, China basically said, look, we're going to give free education to everyone. But they didn't do it to everyone. Or maybe they did. I don't really know. But they said, look, we're going to test everybody. We're going to give a lot of free education to a lot of people. We're going to get them smart. That's how they rebounded within years. That's how now you go, no wonder they create so many technology things. Yeah, they invested in the people. Now people in the U.S. are going, oh, my God. Oh, my God. I cannot pay my bills. I cannot believe what happened to Biden's promise. He goes, my hands are tied, man. I try to put it there. It's not me, it's them. What are you going to do? I go, fight for it. My God, you were about that. Fight for the people because it's going to impact everybody. You have a child. You go, yeah, I do. Or you don't. Maybe you have a loan out. Maybe you don't. Maybe you go, sure, glad I didn't go, right? Yeah, do online. It's probably better right now, right? But don't pay the big, because it's ridiculous. It's stupid. Be a doctor, they say. Yeah, but do you want to be sick with coronavirus? We're not over it, people. In the next few years, we may be, all right? But there's so many viruses. I don't know why. But the point is this, and I said it at like a few months ago. I said, look, 2023, 2024, okay, probably 2025 will probably be, it could change at any minute. It could be 2024 if they just invest in smart people doing. Look, if AI, I don't know what they're plugging into AI, but man, do that. If they could plug what they do with coronavirus into AI, maybe they can come up with the answer, because maybe there's just something off. It's really good at debugging stuff. You just have to know how to apply it, right? Because there's some, and they're saying, that's why I go, well, AI, when you get it really good, it could be good. Then you have all the repercussions of AI, which, man, when it goes bad, it goes bad. So get it good, it should be good. But anyway, that's the story. So there's good things, and then there's just what's going to happen there, right? There are bots out there. There's androids out there. There's AI put in those, connecting them, satellites in space. So you go, man, doom and gloom is what you are. No, I'm called warning. It's called warning for the future to come. All right, future to come. I say we're ahead of it in this way. When I mean ahead of it, meaning, okay, they have a doomsday clock. I don't say do doomsday clock because no one listens to that. But we're ahead of it if we do, and like, okay, invest in a home. They say, yeah. People, they get frustrated, or they get like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. They get kind of like, that way, because they don't think long term. Women think long term. They go, no, they go, that's a 30-year mortgage. Yeah, but in 30 years, do you want to keep paying somebody else the money that you have, or do you want it to pay back you? And some would say, if they're smart, I'm not doing it on the coast at, coast level. And then some people go, well, I'm going to do it in an area where I know I'm going to make money, right? That'd be a smart idea, but so bad right now. I just had a really weird idea. Like some people, what? Okay, never mind. I'm not going to say it's weird. It was a really weird thought. But someone would say, no, but technically it's not. Because some area, I don't know why, in certain areas that are prone to fires, they keep building homes, right? But if you had a home in an area and you insure that, fire insurance, and then there's a fire, not your fault because it's prone to fire, there's your money. Now you get to, yay, because, you don't have to rent it out. You get to sit on it. What? I wonder why some homes are just kind of empty-ish. Like, what's going on there? Who's investing? Who's not? Just a theory, just saying. I know, I think, what? Anyway, there's a video. You should watch it. Really good interview. Alia interviewed me. The other one I'm waiting for, but Alia, really good interview. Anyway, there you go. All right, let's see. Renee says this. The inner design and material used to go, let's see. Construct a strong building. Yeah, construct a strong building in business and also flat base, solid construction for durability of your commercial real estate. The inner design material used to strong building in business, flat base, I don't know. Maybe it's something we were talking about. Okay. Well, here's the thing. That's what a country should do. It's simple. When you construct, I'm going to use what you're saying. I think it may not even be what you're saying. When you construct a whatever, let's say it's commercial real estate. It actually makes more sense because there's a lot of money in commercial, a lot, right? But you go, where does the money come from? Honestly, the shops. That's where the money comes from. It's the smartest investment, technically. When there's no shops, it's you just sit on it. Actually, that's it. You don't rent it out. You just lease it. Yeah. Keep it busy, man. Run it yourself, really. Don't trust those people that are in the middle. They just take your money. Run it yourself. Figure it out. Okay. People that have money long term, commercial real estate. I know someone used to go to school with him, and he has commercial real estate. I was like, smart. He can make a decision right there and then. Yes, I think you should be here. Or no, I hate you. Right? I'm like, good to know. He said, look, we're looking for this. Do you have an investor for that? I go, I do have an investor, but they're not going to do that because it's not smart. The guy doesn't even know where. Like, there's no agreement. Like, you need to, But he's going to be good for days. Days. Yeah. Which is really years. Years to come, he will be fine. And here's why. He is smart. But he could be a smart country if he did it right. A country invests in its own people. You don't invade. And if you invade, I know people are going, look at that person. Well, there's a way to invade. But you do it the smart way, okay? You defend. And you say, okay, now we make an alliance with you. Boom. But you could say, yeah, we'll take you over. Because you guys are just going down because that doesn't make sense, that doesn't make sense, that makes sense. Now you have a new territory. What? How do you think Hawaii and Alaska got to be part of the U.S.? It wasn't always 50. It was 48. Look at the math. All right, so that's the answer. Okay, and then you go, oh, that's good for us. And we put military there. We put military there. Boom. That is the border between us and Russia, and also, I know, Pearl Harbor. My God, but you get it. So that's how you keep people safe. You have a little, what? Those are called invested interests. That's what it is. That's what it is. If they were smart, they'd say, yo, Cuba, you know how, you guys want to, We get it. We can help you out. But we're going to put our military there. How about that? He goes, got it. Okay, I'm all right about that. I guarantee you, they just want to. They're right. Come on, people go Cuba already. Think about it. That's why Obama was like, all right, let's just make it work. So that's the answer. Okay, you want every little, that's called first response. You don't want to live there when you're the first response person. When they're invading, you don't want to be there. But what? We don't have a limited time. Seriously, people act like they're gonna live forever. Seriously. Anyway, so that's the answer. Okay, we out of time. All right, there you go. All right, so coast. Okay, protect the coast. You'll be fine. Even if they get eroded, you still want to protect the coast. All right? They'll be there 100%. They'll be there 100%, to protect the inland. If you're inland, you're fine. You're good to go. I know, I get it. Twisters and tornadoes, my God. Hurricanes, yeah. When did hurricanes become a thing inland, right? I know they come from the coast, but now they're becoming how did that happen? Oh, the moisture from... Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's why the moisture is going higher than normal. Got it. Oh, moisture index is going. Is there an index for that? Moisture. Okay. When moisture is in the... Oh, that's why they're having landslides. Got it. Moisture. Oh. That's why I don't like to live on a mountain like that. Do not want to live there. Did you see that along the coast? Bye-bye. They don't even know why. Moisture. Boop. Bye-bye. Right? Land. That's what's I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Renee, but that's happening. Okay, so you have to, no matter how strong you build it, the land you're on, called Earth, can't give way under when you have moisture in the air. There's the answer. Okay, there's the answer. Insurance companies go, oh, we have to pay you. Yes, that's why I pay insurance. I'm telling you, they're going to be the guy in the room just like, I don't know. Is NATO joining and helping out Ukraine? Because Ukraine's like, dude, we'll be with you, but I don't think they did the math. When NATO goes bye-bye, and at the rate that they're going, just saying. I know, I think Zelensky. Somebody said, how come he doesn't wear a suit? I go, dude, he's in the war, man. He's willing to go to Ukraine in the middle of it. Sometimes his wife goes too. I say, leave your wife at home. Nothing good about that. But, he puts himself in harm's way. He puts himself in harm's way. He would be the guy to say, fine. He'd be the guy to go, fine, but let my people go. And then Russia would say, I don't think so. We need your people because, unless he moves his people south. I guess Russia going, yay! Right? They don't like it cold. Russia. Seriously, talk to people in Russia. We don't like the cold. Seriously, can you do something about that? What? That's what people do. That's what happens to... What? Okay, there used to be a city called Babylon, right? Babylon, Medo-Persia, right, used to be an alliance, right? That's what it was. Does anybody know about that anymore? No. You know how many discoveries are coming from out? Yeah. A lot. It's in ruins now, but it got taken over, right? I don't think you have everything. But here's the thing. At some point, a empire can become nothing at all. You just never see it coming. What? It happens all the time. So that's the answer. Okay. So when you have money, save it, invest it at some point, but be careful. That's all I'm going to say. I know my book is How to Start a Business in a Down Economy. I should write a book about how to invest in wartime. No, war doesn't last forever. That's the answer, okay? It's not going to last forever. And so many things coming out. I don't think it will. Just saying. I don't think it will. What? I don't think it will. So there's still a way to invest, but invest, I say go for the 100-year plan. When you hear 100-year plan, that's the plan I go for. I should coin that phrase. Go for the 100-year plan. You'll have it eventually. Because a lot of people think only for a few years. Don't think a few years. Think 100 years in the future. You may not be around 100 years, but you will build it so solid, kind of like that. It'll be so solid. Yeah, you don't build a house to be destroyed in a few years. You build it for, ever in your mind, right? Then get sold. Fine, it depends on the house, right? Because the little houses that's a good investment. The good investment, technically, I don't know about building materials, but if you're going to invest, buy something small and then make it multi-dwelling unit. Figure that out, and then you have money for ever, to be honest. What? It happens. Look, okay, and they go, well, there's not enough. There is some areas, and I was in an area, I go, what? Oh, there it is. If you buy a piece of land or you inherit a piece of land, build a multi-dwelling unit, and here's where you get the money. The bank will give you that. Here's why. You go, I don't want to owe, but you're going to have to owe the bank, okay? They have the money. And it's a solid investment. because you say, okay, I'm building multiple properties, therefore somebody's going to rent that out. You do the math of that, of what the like going rate is in the area right now, and then minus it a little, and you will be boom, right in, right there. It's not the game sim, but they'll go, oh, easy, and you're the new guy. That's where the smart money is. This commercial multi-dwelling units, meaning more than one unit. Even technically, and I've said this before, it's true, but in California it's so difficult. But in other areas around the U.S., you actually could do it. But you go into an area, and even if like there's a bunch, you go, there's nothing here. Then you go to an area where just get a $300,000 home, right? Has a garage, right? It has a yard, right? Calculate how many, even if you do those tiny homes, I'm telling you, there's a business there. You get a $200,000. What? They exist. Maybe not in California anymore, but they exist, okay? Or you inherit. Think those homes. Sometimes they call them tiny homes, but think even boxable. Do boxable. Go, how much do I need? Some would even do it on top of each other. There's some that are actually very smart. They do that very smart. And they're like 5,000. Wait, no. How much are they? Boxable. I said it was a smart investment. You're going to see it. Boxabl. I always get that math wrong. It's really cheap. Oh, is it 50,000? It's cheap. I just remember. What is boxable? Boxable for... Okay, let me give you an example. And this is where smart money is. You just have to come with good credit. Get good credit or get with someone that has good credit and go, I have an idea. All right, Boxable. Boxabl. I say invest. Okay, now, if you want something, I just get the math off. I always get it off in a really weird way. Oh, they're saying invest in the company. Yeah, that makes sense actually, because they're gonna make a lot of money. It's gotta be 50,000. 5,000 doesn't make sense. That's too cheap. Good to go. Anyway, 50,000. Okay, think mobile home. Boom, you got it. Okay, but they're not mobile homes. They're just like little comparted. Like what? That's what it is. You just have to figure out the plumbing and all that. You figure that out. Get with the city. They're a little weird. I get that, but get with the city. Go okay. Get with somebody, say, Boxable, I have this amount of land. How many boxes of your little houses can I get? Because they already come pre. So you save a lot of money there because they already come pre. Yeah. It's very smart, very smart. What? You just hook up the little, they go, where's the line? You go, boop, right there. Whoop, there it is. Somebody's going to do it, and it's the smartest thing ever. I'm already seeing canisters. Metal cans. I go, that's hot. I want to do that. Metal cans are, talk about insulation. Never. Right? Don't do that. Do something that can have an air conditioning unit. Have it make sense. Obviously, you're going to have to get with the utilities, right? Do solar loan. You're good to go. I know you still got to be connected to utilities, whatever. But still get solar okay on them. And then what? Get it into the loan. And then you pay yourself years to come. Just figure it out, okay? What? It's simple. You do as long of a plan as you can. Okay, as long of a plan as you can, but get the bank to have that, right? It's a business, really. It really is. The only thing you have to kind of is really the people that come in, right? And then you go, well, am I impacted by that? Because some people, I go, well, make it affordable. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. But it's going to happen. I guarantee it. Be among the first. Here it is. 50,000 a pop, okay? Let's say you have that house, you do square feet, okay? Figure out how many houses you can have on that. I would say at minimum 3 or 4, okay, for what you could buy with a house in the front, maybe a few rooms. Some have 2 rooms, I don't know how. And then in the back they have a garage. Tear down the garage, get rid of that. They can park on the street, they'll figure it out. Get rid of that. That's just space. You can't even use it anymore anyway. Right, for like, they say you cannot do that. You can't live there, even though I guarantee some garages are being converted. So take that, put a Boxable. If you want to do a cycle, that makes more money. But anyway, you got to figure out how to get there, and then safety and all that. So I would do first level only. Do that on your first property. Don't do the rest too much, because then you got to think, problems with safety concerns, all that. So think, boom, boom, boom. Put them even on the out. Do one of those, right? Like. Right? Do that. They may not look the best, but there are a lot of properties, honestly, in LA that do that. And that person makes a lot of money every single month, as long as they're, inhabited. So don't even though they're new, don't charge top price. Top the price that you go, oh, that goes really quick. Go with that, or just figure out like, okay, I'll give you an example. Here, pay $1,300. Okay, $1,300. It used to be $1,100. I used to love that, right? $1,100. Okay, $1,300. You go, well, that's not. It is when you're, trying to make right everything. So that's why I say invest, but you got to anyway. But that's what because they raise it every single year. Literally, they have not like stopped. You go, well, that's not that bad. It is within just a few years' time, right? Anyway, that's the point. But if you look at other property, you go, my God, it's so much higher than that. Yeah. But if you look at how much, you go, you don't got that much. Anyway, the point is this, okay? Here they have a lot of units, 20-some units. I think 28, 29, I don't know. All right, a lot of units. That's a lot of space. All right, when you have that, you got to have certain things, certain protections, certain things, But nobody does the math about how much money they're making on that property. You go, well, that's a lot of property. It is. But if you have 4 units, even 3 units, you have 3 to 4 units, okay, on a property that was $200,000, how much do you think it's going to be if you need the money, you need to sell it all of a sudden? Yeah, you got $400-some thousand. There you go. That's it. You got your money back. Those are going to be rehabbers, guaranteed. The smart people are going to say, look, and it's smart. It may be little, because those are like kind of, I don't think Boxville is huge. It's not. But people don't want huge right now when they just want to make sense. And I guarantee they'll pay for it because it's brand new. Okay, women will live there. Guys will live there. It's called a studio. Okay, or it's really a studio. It's think a studio. So you put little studio, right? But they're inhabitable, and you do it by the law. Boom, done, right? That's what Boxville's going to make a killing. They already did the math. So there you go. That's the answer. Boxable and companies like them, but Boxville's ahead, I think. So, but if you compare them, just make sure because the materials could go bad. What? They're collapsible. But that's the great thing. If you own it and you get another property, boom, you can move it. Or not. You can, do whatever you want. But the point is this, okay? When you have it hooked up to the utilities and everybody does that, then you have it for years to come. It's the new box in a crate. What? They did it with Sears. I didn't even understand that one. Right? Craftsman Homes, right? I wasn't alive then. I always go, what is that about? Craftsman Homes are there forever, but they said it was like in a box, I don't even know what that means because they look very sturdy. I don't know what that means. Maybe I got it wrong. Anyway, the point is this. You can, in essence, turn a property that was for one family into at least 4 different people. Or a small family that wants to live there. And they'll make ends meet. They will, because they have money for days. Just do it affordable, and then times that times 12. That's your yearly. Make sure your loan is under that. That's your profit. You don't think it can be done? Really? Okay. Let's take a $200,000 property, okay? How much do you pay on that? It's simple. Honestly, simple. Depends on interest, but not really. $200,000, all right, okay, is cheap right now, okay? We don't get that in California, that's why. You're going, that's a lot. It is, but look at the rent that you pay, okay? $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 would pay a $200,000 home. Granted, I'm not talking about utilities and all the stuff you got to worry about, right, when it comes to that. But let's say an even $2,000, sure, $3,000, but that's really high. But let's go for, let's go for high, $3,000. If you can afford $3,000, see a lot of people like, I cannot. Here you go. You rent out each, there, I think somebody got your studio space, right? How much is that? Times 4. What is that? 1,000 minimum, right? They're not going for cheaper than that, guaranteed. Depending on the area, they may go higher, right? I've seen studio space for like $1,400, $1,500 minimum. Studio. You don't have a bedroom. It's just studio. For a single guy, that's great, right? Family, you want a bedroom for the little ones, obviously. But you can start off that way, right? But guaranteed, you got that for years to come, right? You charge $1,000. There's your $4,000 right there. There it is. Oh, the investment, $50,000. You bundle it in, break it up over time. There you go. Yeah. Fine, charge a little more or not. I don't know. Just make sure you get it affordable at the beginning. Now, you get something inherited, that's what you do. If I ever got a piece of land, don't think I do. Oh, I have someone to call. Yeah, okay. And I say, look, this is what we do. Boom. You got money for years to come. That's the answer. What? It's the answer. That's how you make money right away. They say, remember all those real estate programs? Yeah, I went to, and I'm like, ooh, but that's the answer. Boxable. Look at Boxable. Put it onto a land that is technically cheap. And if you already, well, that's the thing. So you know I did the math. Yeah, it's already there. You're already in profit mode. I said $200,000 if you buy the home, right? It's on a piece of land. How much land do you get? No one does the math. Banks will give you as long as you have a surety that you have something on. That's why you want everybody lined up so that they make sense. So you say, hey, municipalities, there's the word. Municipalities make sense for my new boxables, right? They go, okay, got it. And then they're going to say, well, we want to see that. You go, boom, done. They're already good to go. They bring it in, hook it up, good to go. Done. Inhabitable. That's it. It's that simple. You could turn a little piece of land into a profit that quick. Do it again. What? It's going to happen. There are going to be millionaires made out of this advice. Guaranteed, if they just apply it. That's the answer. Inherit a piece of land, you go, I don't know what to do with that. Put Boxable. What? It's simple. You didn't do the math. Oh my God, it's simple. Okay. Every single month, people are paying $4,000 each on that property. On those little tiny homes, right? $4,000. They're paying you, right? Times 10 is 40,000. Now a couple, it's 48,000 a year. You're getting paid. Granted, you got to pay the loan. How much is the loan? What? I know. Okay, 4 homes, 50,000. 100,000, 200,000. All right, 400,000. Okay. All right, so you're at 400,000 because you got a loan for 200,000, right? I know California's so expensive. Well, certain areas of like inland they're not, but 400,000. There you go. You say that's break even. Well, let's see. Yeah, I guess all that is break even. Well, it's called investment for years to come. It's right there. It's right there. Man, you need to do the math a little better. Okay, it's 400,000. Let's see. 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, 200,000. Well, if you inherit that piece of land, that's what you do. Well, it's going to take money to destroy all that property. They're pretty good at destroying and taking away. Just ask them how much they are. Bundle it in. Break it up as long as possible. That's what I do. And then refi that. Oh, there's the answer. There it is. Okay. Even if you're at break even, 400,000. I know. I said it'd be probably worth 400,000 with that money coming in. All right. Raise it a little more. From 1,000 to I know some people are going to charge 2,000 for that because they look really good. But let's say 1,300. Okay, 1,300. You add 300, and then people go, "Man, I don't want to do that." So I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, it's called smart money. That's how smart money keeps doing it. And for years to come, you have money. What? It's simple. Do it while they're low. As long as they stay low, you're good to go. If they go higher than 50,000, then it comes pre-made. You know how quick that is, a turnaround? The only thing that will probably delay it is the city. So make sure the city and you get along. If you do not get along with the city, it's really quick. They deliver it. Let's see, from the time you order. I don't know. Sometimes I get backlogged. But figure that out. Go, okay, boom, boom, boom. Get all of your plumbing ready to go because they have to, run that. I know that's pricey. But build that in. Figure it out. Start getting quotes. Get quotes. Get quotes on how, get it all done, and make sure you can. And then, It's really easy. It's really plumbing. It's the plumbing. Yeah. You get that, dig it, boom, put it, there you go. That's it. Put the boxels, boom, done. Rent them out, good to go. You could do lease. You could do lease. I would do probably, when they're that nice, they really don't want to move out. They really don't. What? You're going to see them all over. Boxable. It's happening. It's happening. Because people are going, dude, it's high. What? Not everybody's a family. There are a lot of single people. And there's boom is coming. There it is, the kids. The kids want their own. All right, guaranteed. Because parents, man, you guys are not making sense. I've heard some stories. So here's the thing. When you move, you're all right living alone. Boom. All right, how much does it cost? $1,000? That's it? Done. Do you know how much it is out right? People are going crazy right? And at some point, it kind of like finally comes, right? You would think. At some point together, and there you go. There's the money right there. That's what Russia's doing. Russia is, in essence, taking territory. That's why they're invading. They're taking it. They're saying a bunch of stuff, but really they're going to take it. When they take it, they move in. There you go. Space for days. Do they invest in Boxville? I don't think he would do business with them. But they'll probably do something like it, and then boom, for days. I know, that's why they're, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. It's the way of the world. It's sad that it's that. But that's what it is. That's what it is. Government is really people. People paying into that. If there were no people, you'd have no government. What? I'm just saying. That's why they should be really about the people. They say, we about the people. And people say, yeah, you're about us. No, they're not. They don't care. The big guys, they just don't care. They don't even live there. It's called power. Yeah. Those are the dumb ones. Dumb. So short-minded. Anyway, there's the answer. Boxable. Invest in that. If you wait to the end of this, I know it's a long break. I sometimes do that. But there's a reason. It's important. So invest in Boxable, in the property that you probably get or inherit. And then rent those out, and you're good to go. Okay? All right? I hope it was worth it. Anyway, there's the answer. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is for living. Live it well. And remember, that's right. I keep saying this. Watch what happens with Russia. Here's why. Russia, okay? If Russia, and there's multiple things they could do based on what Belarus does. Belarus may or may not, just depends, do something that you go, what do I do? And here it is. You ready? Russia may have a war in Russia. If that happens, the money goes, oh, God. But I say that's opportunity, man. That's called money for days, right? What? They'll be busy. Yeah. Now, what happens after that? Yeah, that you probably don't want to hear. But in the meantime, invest, all right? Whatever. Now, if Belarus, I think that's pretty much that's what's going to happen. Russia going to have a little war in its own territory. That's going to happen because everybody's divided there. They really don't want to go to war. They really don't. They're like, dude, we were good before. I mean, they were. You YouTube that, you're like, man, you know how many people are on YouTube streaming? Hey, this is the way it is in Russia. Before the war, and then I watched some of that stuff. Yeah, they speak English, or they just subtitle. That's smart YouTube community. But, when war happened, boom, YouTube said, I don't think so. We're not going to pay you. Those people they don't get. That's the thing, my God, be in an area where there's no war. But that's the thing. Or move out of there. If you get invaded, move. Don't even say it. Don't think, we're going to fight to live. No, you're not. You're not. A lot of people move west, okay? They said, we are getting out of here. Those are the smart people. Now they got to get out of probably Poland because Poland's going to be in a war. Because Belarus saying, they're going to invade. They're going to invade. They're saying, I want that. That's the mentality, man. Belarus people, I'm sure I love you. Belarus, whatever you are, I don't know how you got power. Dumb. I would say to his face, to probably lock me up and hurt me a lot. But whatever, I'm not there. I'm here. So there you go. So have fun with that. Anyway, all right, that's the story. All right, so I said watch Russia. Whatever it happens, then you go, got it, know what I need to do. All right, invest eventually in Boxable. That's the answer. Properties that are cheap or go belly up. What? There's a lot. What? You know how many deaths have happened that no one has accounted for, and they cannot pay the bills. You know how many sales are going to happen because they're going, dude, we don't know what to do with this property. Simple. I tear it down, get rid of it, don't rehab it, put Boxable. Boom, done. That makes the area look good. That makes them go, that's interesting. If I were I should totally be a Boxable. That'd be like, dude, there you go, right? I said it. Now the big money's coming in. They're going, yep, we understand that. I don't know how it gets to them. Seriously, I just found them through social media, and I cover it. Now all of a sudden, everybody's investing in Boxable. Anyway, that's the answer. Boxable, okay? Invest in that. Build. Put it in an area. If you inherit, even better. You're going to pay taxes on that. You might as well just tear it down, put Boxable, have income for days. You don't even have to live there. Rent it out. Done. Do it yourself. That way you don't have to pay a company to do it. And then, you can figure that out. And then sign a lease for a year. Have it, locked in. There you go. Boom, done. Easy. And then if you want to sell that piece of property, you can with what's considered I don't know if it's considered a multi-dwelling unit or multiple units on a piece of land, but just get it, all right with the city. What? There's a lot of places like that, but they did an old way of construction, right? 50s. They had a lot of land. They go, what do we do with this? So in the 50s, they built a lot of little single units, all right? Not gonna lie, my mother, she actually rented a while back a technically was just that. You would think it's in a motel because it kind of was, but they rented that, right? Boom, done. Wasn't the best, but they could rehab that and make it a motel. But I say, why when you can rent it out? Just fix it up. But that's the problem. That's 50s. Okay, so things get old. People smoke. People, they get right. But that's in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. That's why a lot of those areas you're like, oh, I don't want to move in there. My God. But if you want to get that property, I would get that property and then rent it out. That's the answer. A lot of those properties stay. Usually, people they go, I get my monthly income from that. They do, even if it's a little, because maybe they're fixing everything up. It's worth it. But if it's not worth it and it's a headache, sell it. People will buy it. They'll take it over. Sell it. You know how much money you have for? You can go on a vacation and then some. I say invest it. But if you're old and you're like, dude, you might as well sell, unless you have kids. Make sure the kids are on that, because they're going, dude, what about us? But say, look, I'm going to move you in on the maybe the front, maybe the back, whatever. But the front's better. Move them in the front. That way I can see who's coming. And then say you take care of that, and you'll be fine. Take care of the family. Maybe you inherit that eventually. But I still want my money, so you charge them rent. They go, yeah, sure, right? That's how you do it. What? It's real estate. It's what they say, but don't. They charge you a lot of money to go to seminars to just say that. It's that simple. It really is. The rest you'll figure out. Just get box one in your head. Go. I could put multiple units. $50,000 a pop. Go. They're on. I follow my Instagram. I'm not getting any money. Do they have a program where I can get money for this? Click on it. You just get the loan. Do they help you with the loan? Even better. What? It's a thing. I guarantee it's gonna be a thing. All right, there you go. Another time. Make it a great day. Whatever you do. Remember, life is for living. Live it well. Bye, everyone.